Well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Boda speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. So here's a fun fact about Restream, is that sometimes if you don't set up your devices before you actually start, it doesn't actually show up on when you enter the studio mode, and so you have to exit, activate them, and start again, and wait for them to actually connect in the first place. I just say that because, as usual, whenever I start streams late, people have conspiracy theories. So there you go. Which at least shows me that people actually realize what time these are supposed to actually happen. You know, because it used to be a time when people would ask me, "Oh, hey, when's your next stream going to be?" And it's, what time? It's like the usual time unless stated otherwise, or I end up showing up later, or the stream doesn't work, whatever it might be. Anyways, point is, we're here today to look at a series called Talent Academy. We're back to the Academy episodes, and this one was personally selected by Ghostie. Apparently, Ghostie has seen some of this, and so, as I said in the description, I'm curious as to why my eyes seemed like they've been like punched for some reason. I don't know why. They look very irritated for some reason. I have no idea what that's about. But I'm mainly curious as to whether or not the curse of Ghostie will kick in, and it turns out the latter half of this video will end up being atrocious or not. We shall find out right now whether or not this will become the next Theatre Throwdown. And Ghostie, of course, has just checked her own eyes, I think, to see if they were irritated, and is now thus prepared to be in the stream.
My eyes always look irritated. I've had dry eyes for years.
Oh, that might be why.
It might take some, like, Jacob, for you, I might suggest looking into purchasing eye drops.
Okay. I feel like it's like the sides of my eyes that are mostly the issue right now for some reason, like the actual lids.
Oh yeah, that might be a sign of allergies.
Oh, then in that case, that makes a lot of sense, because we were at my nan's house again today, clearing out furniture and doing an actual like full cleansing of the house and everything. Because they're preparing to, well, my aunt is preparing to eventually sell the house, so we were there, and there's a lot of stuff that just gathered dust for several years, and I guess it was a bit suspicious that I ended up sneezing this time when that was going on, so I guess that explains it. Okay.
Yeah, allergies manifest themselves into a lot of ways. Dry, watery eyes is one of them.
Yeah, I'm just used to them manifesting in a consistent way for me. I mean, from Gacha Review, we all know I love consistency whenever it does emerge.
Also, before the stream starts, have an emotional support llama just in case. Ghosty, do you need an emotional support pillow just in case as well? Oh, trust me. Yes, but it's not within grasping reach right now. Actually, that has to do with this story. Jacob, whenever I am cooking any sort of meat, I think of you on Script Doctor accidentally opening the wrong version of the Monster Compendium pilot. And I was freaking out for the last couple of minutes while I was cooking it, waiting for the stream to begin because I knew something terrible would happen.
Why does that remind you of what's that? Why does that come up when you cook meat specifically?
Oh, remember I was grilling a steak when you were doing Script Doctor, and I was like, "Oh God, something's gonna go wrong. Something always goes wrong."
Yeah. Oh well, that wasn't like the. It was similar to the reviewing wrong episode stuff, which incidentally I just took the same link from Discord, so I know that this is definitely episode 1. So we've got that sorted at the very least. Sound of Talent Academy. It sounds pretty. The comment will be jinx this review now. To me, it actually sounds somewhat I guess to me it sounds generic, but that's only because I grew up watching stuff like Ant Farm, for example, where the whole point was that they all had some sort of, they were all exceptional. That's the song and everything. So I just think of that as like, and it was a school setting as well.
I also know you like Victorious, and this reminds me of Victorious, at least
Oh
in
yeah, that's
premise.
right. Yeah, but there's like a whole accusation thing of like that that Nickelodeon accused Disney of ripping off Victorious with Ant Farm, or was it the other way around? I think it was also that. Oh yeah, Sunny with a Chance also got accusations from Nickelodeon about being ripping off iCarly or something like that. Basically,
Like,
Joe came up with a similar premise on either network. They were going to accuse each other of something.
yeah, that's because Nickelodeon and Disney are, for some reason, lifelong anime rivals.
I mean, it does make sense as to why they're lifelong anime rivals. But yeah, definitely. I mean, having seen parts of all four of those shows to varying degrees, they're different enough.
Also,
Having watchable items, my Travis and Caitlin pills are upstairs, so no, I don't, unfortunately.
Josh, give us some recommendeds, and that's the Hidden Guardian episode 2. You can do it later or tomorrow.
Well, I'm definitely going to do it not today. I mean, nowadays I only have like one video per review because that's just like the holiday specials. The only reason I used to do multiple in one go was to farm for watch hours, and I've had that issue since May. So yeah, we're fine now. We'll just focus on the academy for a bit, the new academy. And when I obviously like when I load up the video to get the thumbnail from it, it always starts playing for a bit, and immediately I saw, okay, there's some more effort has been put into this because we have an actual keyframed walking cycle, and we have camera angles immediately. So without further ado, on with the review, see what I mean. Like occasionally the border will appear, but that's really small potato. This is things going on the screen. And I don't. We zoom into the train because obviously that. To probably background, and now we're going into the background
I would have
side of
appreciated
it.
some train noises, but hey, we got something special cooking so far.
Definitely, that's a good point. Yeah, the crowd sound effects are an interesting addition, considering that people don't tend to talk that much at train stations, and also I guess if the train was supposed to be moving, then it would have made a sound. But I
Wait,
guess being part of the background makes it stationary.
you say people don't talk too much at train stations. Meanwhile, have you ever been to Detroit?
No.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
Have you been to the Spanish Underground?
No.
Fair enough. Different experiences then.
You're probably wondering where I'm heading.
Okay, well, no, at the moment the train's stationary, but otherwise, this has reminded me already of like the opening of Alpha Witch Academy, which again comes from my bias because obviously I wrote that, not knowing that this was actually I don't think this was a thing at that point.
Well,
It's part of the reason why I sent it to you.
Oh,
Upon watching the first couple of minutes of it, I'm like, hey, this reminds me of Alpha Witch Academy.
oh my goodness, do I just secretly have another follower that I just don't know about?
heading to
Also,
the
I'd like to point out the outfit she's wearing and how the apron she's wearing is
Is outline
the
black?
outline black.
Yeah, yeah. It's that had to be a drawback at some point. I guess here it is.
Talent Academy, the place where teachers
It does look like her outfit just been like cropped out by the universe.
can help me make a career out of what I love.
It also
There's
looks
so
like
many-
she's hovering above the seat instead of sitting on it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess yeah. With the custom background, you can move it around. So if the shot doesn't work, yeah, definitely that could use some adjusting. I will say I do appreciate the extra walking past on the screen. If anything, we've had 4 extras it seems so far for this video alone.
amazing talents in Talent Academy, such as singers, dancers, musicians, artists, athletes, makeup artists,
Wait,
YouTubers.
the extra passing by, kind of unintentionally means that this conversation with the camera is happening diegetically, meaning it's happening in real time footage. Who is she talking to?
Is she being like? Is she like talking to like an actual camera operator or something? She's like, is she actually being filmed in real time?
And actors.
That's the thing.
It
I
may
have
sound
no idea. I've only seen like a little bit of this.
Is it watch this be the first Gacha mockumentary?
too good to be true. And yeah, it kind of is. The thing is, you need to audition to get into the school. In
Wow, you need to audition to go to a school? This is such a rare concept. Never heard of it before.
front of the principal, which is terrifying for me. I'm not the best at singing in front of people, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm not gonna let my fears stop me from going to my dream school. I will get into Talent Academy, no matter what it takes.
Okay, what
Okay.
is the name of this character? Tori? Okay, got it.
I mean, yeah, I would have also accepted China Parks as an answer there. As much as I said those two shows are different enough, they do start similarly.
Office Talent Academy, please exit the bus now.
Yeah, thanks for that amazing announcement there. Thanks for the Talent Academy, please exit the bus. Reminds me of that one Studio C airplane special that they did, where there was someone auditioning to be like the announcer, like well, I see that was going to be a pilot actually, but they're auditioning as like announcing of something of the intercom. So like, here, please use this microphone. It's like a really antiquated one. It's like, okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, how long could you sigh for? There was like an actual timed sigh as well. So yeah, that happened. It reminds me of that.
It's time.
Oh my goodness! Why is you floating? Why is the camera moving across the background, but the person's remaining stationary? That's an optical illusion.
Okay, now we're getting to the part of the episode I didn't watch.
Okay. Now I'll do something where the protagonist records vlog stuff, which gives her an excuse to talk to the audience on the series list of ideas it goes. Honestly, you could probably adapt one of the existing series that you have into a mockumentary. That would sort of work.
There it is.
Like, to be honest, I'm surprised nobody's done that yet.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the issue is that it involves for a lot of people that involves extra camera work that they don't actually know how to do, and also I guess trying to replicate the idea of a first-person POV with a 2D playing field, which is definitely not easy.
Like, not easy, but also not impossible.
Not impossible, I agree, yeah.
Someone wanting to get into the school, please go to my left.
Well,
oh, well, okay, instead of I liked all the extras here, there's only one person here now. Who else is she talking to through headsets?
Like, there were, like, 3 people at the train station. There was one girl. Where was that one girl on the train?
Oh, by the way, Josh did send me something earlier about another Gacha Live 2 update that got delayed. Also, because of an art competition. I guess Lunamate just does not learn from his mistakes, apparently. There you go.
rude. Anyways, I'm ready.
Like, why did she say rude?
Okay, when she says go to her left, I think she means enter the school premises first and then turn left. I'm pretty sure.
KW is like, oh my god.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Don't use the Lord's name in vain, young chap.
Young whippersnapper. Okay,
What?
Okay, I'm noticing 2 things here. One, that for some reason the opening scene was way better edited than this part. And like it had actual sound effects. And for the most part, the camera work in here is mostly static again. It's just because the characters are themselves have been resized, that it gives the illusion that you're going into close-ups, which is an approach that you can actually do. That's fine. But it does make me realize that, again, we don't have like the sound effects for footsteps. There's no background music of any sort. It's just, it just seems to be this.
Meanwhile, I'm laughing. There were 2 NPCs in the background that blipped out of existence just now.
There is also that. It seems like it seems like those finer details seem to have gone. Are they going to reappear again all of a sudden as if that was a glitch?
Oh my god, it's the principal. Should I run now? Wait, no, I can't give up now. I'll look stupid if I run.
Hold on, you recognize the principal of the school you've never been to before? Is the principal a famous person? If so, why haven't you used their name yet?
Oh, who am I kidding? I'm never gonna make it. Or will I? Ugh, just do it. Hello, ma'am?
Hold on, you have to audition outside? Why? Why would you audition musically outside? That's a terrible idea.
Like, wouldn't you do it inside where there's better acoustics?
I have seen one TV competition one time where they did an audition outside, but that was deliberately to put people out of their comfort zone, which is rare for schools that are actually trying to seek out like young talent specifically. Normally they try and put you at ease so you are operating at your best. But yeah. This woman has some issues. Layering issues, which weren't present in the first scene, which makes me wonder.
Like, the first scene was great. I was
drawn in. Where the Ghostie curse kicks in, is it slowly gets worse because Ghostie hasn't seen this part?
Yes, I saw the first few minutes and I was drawn in by the quality, but now it's slowly tumbling downhill. It's like a snowball of suck going to crash into my little cottage of composure.
Okay, this is an interesting thing that has just happened. Oh, I see now. I have goofed. So normally, because BB asked to join the stream slightly earlier, so I tried to send her a link, and for some reason I sent the restream link into a group that BB is not a part of, but Aiden is. So welcome Aiden to the stream.
Yeah, I kind of want to join a stream, but BB asked to join, and then I saw this, and I'm like, I take advantage of this.
Actually, no. I watched the first few. What were you expecting? It's your curse. Listen, Bond, I did the cleansing ritual according to the internet. But the cleansing ritual didn't work.
What? If you're going to say anything about the outfits, Aiden, we've already commented on it. Don't worry. We've addressed it.
The fact that her overalls are outlined black.
Yes, we have addressed it. Don't worry.
Also,
we understand it looks. We understand it looks like a pair of scissors snipped out the outfit and left the rest of it behind.
Also,
we understand.
She's just wearing the void.
She's wearing the void, and she also has some like brown Doc Martens on, which isn't
it's
helping.
red.
Oh no, it's red. That's worse. Yep. That's even worse.
Cleansing videos are videoed by the Ghostie curse.
Vidoed, of course.
Oh, void. Is that meant to say voided? Okay, that makes sense. All right then.
No.
Everyone wanting to audition.
Okay, yeah, we are just kind of the same background. We're doing that thing that I hate, where we'll try like two different perspectives, but yeah, they use the same background as if it's like a one-to-one comparison. The avenue is exactly the same.
This is just my advice. If you only have one background, but you want to try multiple perspectives of the same background, what I would do is go into your editing software and flip the background, maybe resize it, maybe angle it a bit differently. So then when we're cutting to the different quote-unquote angles of the background and different perspectives throughout the background, it's like, no, it's a different one because it's slightly different versus, being the exact same background we're seeing just with a different character popping and changing interchangeably on the screen.
I like that, actually.
Audition, please take a seat over there.
Also, this person loves outline black. All the black.
You say over there, but oh god, I paused at the wrong time. But yeah, the seats are just behind you. Are there only 4 seats?
Oh god.
Only 3 people auditioning. Oh, there's a 4th person auditioning, but there are no other auditionees. Again, we went from having extras to not for some reason.
Like, no, those were the girls who disappeared from the background and now they're back again.
No, I mean like at the train station we had extras.
Yeah, at the train station we had. What the?
Why is she outside with a chair and a desk? Again, we don't know because if you're auditioning for singing, you would want to benefit from the better acoustics inside. If anything, most performances you try to simulate what they would expect to
I feel like it would be an auditorium, realistically.
Yeah, realistically, it would be an auditorium, but like Why did it flash white briefly? I know, Bon. I was gonna comment on that too. What in the buttery shit was that?
I think that was
It's just Angel teleporting.
I think that was supposed to be a transition into this shot, which I don't know why this shot wants transition, the other ones don't, but there you go.
Pearl, you're up.
Okay, her name is
Now
Pearl.
for my audition, I shall do a realistic impression of the wind.
Yeah,
Oh, and I guess now we're doing intro.
we are. Yes, you haven't missed too much. Excuse me. Actually, show the words, please.
Yeah, they're just kind of sliding in with the words, but then immediately slide out, so you don't really have time to read it. But okay.
Okay, BB's actually here. I'll make
Hi.
an exception to my rule because I goofed up. That was my bad.
Baby, honey, I'm so sorry. This isn't going to be good. The first scene was good, and then it started spiraling
What changed your guys'
downhill.
mind after leaving me in the rain earlier?
The fact that I sent the link to the wrong location.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's why I'm here, because Jacob put it in a group chat. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll join, lol.
Like, I
Yeah.
guess they have the credits, but they're moving too fast. I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, well, the words, like, the credits didn't have time to come on fully to the screen. It sort of started to go there. It was like
Right.
it's like inching in slowly, and then suddenly, like, boom, off you go before you actually see the rest of it.
Oh, just read
Let's see if it happens again. Voiced by Noelle. Okay, that time we could see it, but still. Voiced by Hannah Toast. Voiced by haha. Voiced by Stephanie.
Oh my god, this is so fast!
So-
Why?
so I've been playing a lot of Undertale lately again. I've been doing another playthrough of it because it's Undertale, and there's all kinds of combinations you can do with that game. It's a fantastic game.
Yes.
We know.
What I'm watching as this opening screen. This is like an Undertale battle. I feel like the soul's right in the middle, and I'm trying to avoid all these people that are slowly coming in quicker and more, and there's more of them coming in. I feel like I'm about to be killed because I'm not allowed to heal or do anything because I want 2 extra lines of dialogue at the tail end.
Basically, this was the cut Sans attack from the game.
It feels more like one of Papyrus's stolen attacks from that one dog that. This was the special attack the whole time.
It was never the blue attack.
Voiced by Sushi. Voiced by Royal Gacha. Voiced by Noelle.
Noelle.
Wait, didn't Noelle appear before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Noelle appeared before, so why didn't you pop up both characters when you did that for one VA who apparently voiced 2 characters? Why didn't you do it for Noelle here too?
Also, there's Bon who says Jacob getting his rap on with the sigh intro.
Yeah, exactly.
What probably happened is whenever they put this in, they did it in script order, and in the order of their scripts, they had it as each character as their own individual entry and not the VA. And so whenever they put him in here, it's like, oh, here's the character, and they just so happen to be voiced by this person. They didn't think to group them together.
And it just happens to be that those 2 characters appeared simultaneously in script order.
I have a theory though why this intro is so poorly executed. It's one of 2 things.
They didn't check it backward before uploading.
Yes, but it's either A, when they keyframe, it's either A, the song they picked was too short for the amount of characters they want to introduce in the intro, so they had to had the characters pop on screen and then pop out of screen really fast, or B, they're kind of new to working with keyframes, so they didn't realize that the keyframes are too short, or there wasn't a hold frame to hold the character on screen for at least a second or 2 before pulling them back. Because it's kind of like you keyframe them flying on screen, then you keyframe them going off screen. You know, without that hold frame, you're not holding onto the screen enough.
Yeah, if this is their first time working with keyframes, I must say a way better intro than mine was, because I not intros in like series intro, I mean like intro to keyframing, because I've only seen like one or 2 like background border errors from the first bit, and then this, I suppose, which is just a case of like not spacing them out correctly in editing. So for most of the time, the keyframing is actually quite good so far. But let's keep rapping, I guess. Also, me and Kaku. was by Mystic Gacha.
Oh.
That was it.
What? The music stopped and then she started. Okay.
I think
Like, I
the
feel
meta
like-
was it was coming from her phone, but if you try to turn up the volume for it, why would she have to turn it down first and then up again?
I feel like Mr. Gotcha is a name we've heard before.
Yeah,
I think
does
I
sound
have
familiar.
heard it before.
It's similar to Mystic Firefox, whose video we actually did review yesterday. Maybe that's what we're thinking of, but at the same time, Mystic Gacha
I don't know
might be
because
also a
I
thing.
feel like with Gacha names, like there's like a handful of keywords and a lot of Gacha tubers names that sometimes get rearranged and mixed up or have
Again,
words added in
bring
front of
up-
them or next to them.
I know what you're
So,
going to say,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I bring up an example that Jacob brought up, but was quoted from me.
Yeah.
Which was at one point I wanted to prove a point about how cliche Gacha names are, and I made up some random name that I thought sounded Gacha-y, and sure enough, Jacob full-heartedly believed it to just be another random Gacha tuber, and I made it to be as stereotypical as possible.
Wow.
Which just
And
goes to show that stereotype happened to be correct.
Like,
I mean, I think the logo is pretty cool though. I do quite like the logo.
I don't. This is so ugly.
I mean, okay, like the one
font
problem I have with
slashing,
it,
like this is garbage. God, I hate it.
the one problem I have with it again is technically the fonts and the fact that the words aren't a single color. But I do like the fact that they're ballet shoes. I think there's like a paintbrush, a YouTube thing, headphones. There's a mic.
It's doing
I do
too
like
People
how
wrapping
it
around the academy as well.
Yeah. I like
Like,
how it
it's-
shows a bunch of talents. Like, I mean, if the fonts and the text color was more consistent, I feel like it would be a perfect logo.
Yeah,
the
but see, it's
microphone is
it's
awesome.
blocking
Hold on.
off its own letters though. See, like the C and A. Like it's one thing whenever you're using these like symbols to replace letters. Like that happens quite a bit in titles. Like for instance, these headphones, I could see replacing maybe the A or something.
No, wait, the headphones can replace the C. You just have to rotate the headphones.
I don't think there's any.
Like-
There should be any confusion as to like what is
Yeah,
what
I mean,
it says
I'm-
there. I feel like
Yeah, I
as
mean,
long as
I
people
think
can
it's
read
pretty
the
clear to
fonts.
me, but I
Like-
mean, the
Yeah.
headphones could
It doesn't
become
matter if there
C.
should or shouldn't be confusion there. What matters is the fact that it's there in the first place. It shouldn't
No,
be
I
mean,
covering its own title.
I mean,
So,
the
Ghostie?
people probably aren't going to be confused. I mean, you can clearly tell what it says, so I don't think the blocking is that much of an issue.
yeah, but it's
But
ugly.
here's the actual
So it
professional
is.
graphic designer coming to tell us how wrong we are. Go on, Ghostie.
I don't like the fact that this doesn't have a consistent color palette. I also don't like that they use two different fonts. The headphones are in a bit of a confusing spot, but I do like the fact that the wire of the headphones are wrapped around the academy.
Okay, there
I don't
we
know.
go.
The headphones are kind of in a bad spot, and I don't like that they're a different, kind of clip-arty style than the rest of the logo in general. It would be great if there was some kind of visual homogeny keeping them in place. Other than that, they look like they're not even a part of the logo at all, but part of the background, which is something you do not want.
Well, Ghostie,
Overall, this logo is pretty, but albeit, well, kind of confusing.
I just don't consider it pretty. I mean, like the whatever word that is, it's cursive. I can't really tell. Talent.
They're
Oh,
in
is
Talent.
it, is it in the? Oh, here it is. Talent. It's in your title.
Yes.
Yes, it's in my title and
I mean-
also the title of the original video.
Okay,
as well.
wait. Here's the thing, though. I can't read cursive very well, but even I know that that's talent. I don't even think it's really cursive. I think the font makes all the T's look super fancy.
No, it's because because the way the A is placed, it made this T look more like a weird F. So
Yeah, same here.
immediately I read it as fa, and then I was like, oh.
Fallant.
And then this-
yeah, I also read it as Fallant Academy.
Well, I didn't even
Dang.
read this L as an L because there's like these two things in the bottom, so I thought it was like an arrow or something. But then there's also the paint, like the brush covering it, so I didn't know what it's trying to be.
Ghostie.
Yeah,
it's like-
I mean, honestly, BB, that I can understand because, like, when I was like a really young kid, I used to think Disney was called Disneep because of the way
Oh.
the Y was spelled because it looked like a P in the logo.
Oh,
So I
watched
get
a
that.
Disney
Ghostie.
movie.
Ghostie, I got a question.
Yeah,
I
Do you
still don't
think-
think it looks like a D.
Ghostie, do you think it's possible to make a good logo out of comic using Comic Sans?
No. Comic Sans is such a comically overused font.
I think it'd be hilarious if that was the challenge you did one day. Let's see if
I
I can make a
use-
good looking logo with Comic Sans.
Well, see, I make a point to use Comic Sans and a lot of the stuff that I share with other people, just because it's. I mean, A, it doesn't look all that bad, and I think it's kind of overhated, but also because it's dyslexia friendly, so I kind of make a point to use it.
Like, it's dyslexia friendly, but every time I use it, I think of Sans Undertale, which immediately deducts
Fair
a few
enough.
points in my regard.
But Sans is a character, so that should really just be a bonus.
It should. It's a bonus if you if you're into that kind of thing.
Wait, I got a
the
question.
thing that I've
though.
said about Comic Sans before is that it's not the only dyslexia-friendly font. It might be the most, but it's not unique in that category.
Wait,
so you can pick something
Ghostie.
else if you want to have the compromise.
Yeah, but it's also nice and bubbly.
Ghostie, I forget her name, but how do you feel about the crazy fish lady that tries to kill you in Undertale?
Undyne.
Undyne. Listen, it's been a while since I.
Listen, Undyne is pretty, she is a queen, and we stand.
Nice.
Ghostie would 100% be Alfie's. just in real.
Listen, we stand the fish.
Fair enough.
Anyway, enough bickering
Also,
about
I love-
Undertale.
I love
Backwards
Disney.
Disney.
That's the one that I didn't see. I know what sketch you're referencing.
When you wish upon a star or something. Disney
What's
logo.
the item on the N in Academy? Oh, that's a YouTube play button.
Oh. Yeah.
YouTubers are part of like
Wait,
I don't.
no, an item on the Y in Academy, not between the E and the M.
Is that like a
Item on-
basketball? Maybe
It
it's
is
a
low quality
basketball.
as green.
It
It
is a
looks like a
basketball.
basketball, but it looks basket too small.
Yes, it does. Nice. Okay.
The world's smallest basketball.
Let's
Well,
go.
April, you may leave.
Now
We
we
will
take-
call you back if you got the part in this school.
Oh, we didn't even get to see your audition. Okay.
So
True,
like,
wait,
the
I
intro,
immediately have a
the intro
major
was her
problem.
audition.
Yeah.
The intro was her audition. Okay.
immediately my biggest problem so far with this is that we've skipped the talent portion of Talent Academy. Like in most school settings, it's unfortunate, but it is part of the course that you end up skipping a lot of the lesson content.
Oh wait.
When your entire premise is based on around like how bizarre the academy is. I think Ghostie literally just sent me an overly sarcastic production video about this exact topic. So it's almost fresh in my mind. But you have to show at least a little bit of like how the classes work. And if anything,
Wait, I just
hopefully that
realized
won't be boring.
something. Okay, so imagine in Victorious, we skipped Tori's audition completely.
Or we just skip all of Psychoids.
No, but just like imagine like we don't even get to see her audition. Just skip it.
we
Like,
just
oh,
we just
well.
have to imagine that she wowed everyone.
Just imagine like it begins with her being like, today I'm going to audition. Intro plays, and then it cuts to the next scene where it's like, good
She just-
job, Tori, you were the best ever. Like
She just gets the Ariana Grande treatment, just like is shadow banned from singing for like 3 seasons.
Shadow Man.
That's
Listen,
essentially what happened. Cat
Yeah.
Valentine sings on screen.
like here's the thing, like they knew that Ariana Grande was so much of a better singing than her that they were like,
Victoria
oh
Justice.
crap. If we have her sing, people are gonna realize that our main lead isn't as good a singer as one of the side characters. I know, let's
at
have her
that-
barely sing.
And at that point, you have to invent a new talent. But of course, the whole idea behind Victorious' premise is they're trying to do what Disney was doing and essentially create a new pop star. Which, effectively, they did do that, but
Not the one they were going
not
for.
not the
initially.
main character. Although Victoria Justice has had a number of successful songs, but yeah, it has
She's
to be
had
said.
a number of successful songs, but I think Ariana Grande has definitely had more of a career.
Okay,
I don't
yes.
know, because her singing feels natural and not as artificial as the sweeteners you put in your coffee.
Which I guess was done most likely out of desperation from the studio to try and compensate rather than. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Bottom line, they all sing.
Becca, you're
It's
up.
like Oh my god, they're hitting pay dirt with Hannah Montana. We need a pop artist now.
That was essentially where it started. There's a whole Quinton Reviews video about that dubbing, and it starts off by talking about Hannah Montana first, and then goes into Victorious.
You know,
So,
the
yeah.
early 2000s, the mid to late early 2000s, and the early 2010s were so weird with the fact that studios were actively trying to make pop stars.
Which is
Like-
why I'm so used to this setup for a show, and why it doesn't exactly strike me out. But then again, that might be a generational thing, because the people who are mostly making gacha nowadays haven't grown up with those exact same shows, but maybe still some of the residual ones that might have come out from those times, but aren't trying like trying with so many bells and whistles just to create a new pop star, and so it doesn't end up being the entire focus. I'm not sure. I have to take a look. I have to watch more Nickelodeon shows nowadays.
Meanwhile, I have a joke about that.
Yeah.
I messaged to Jacob quite some time ago that Gacha, created by younger creators, feels like horrible Wattpad. It feels like baby's first Wattpad fanfiction.
Where they don't, yeah, where they've like this, but then again, what part of fan fictions you find you seem to have been exposed to something, but you don't quite understand what makes it the way that it is. In this instance, I think there's just like a full gap between like how this stuff was presented and why it was presented in the way that it was. Either that, or just an idea that the main voice actress did not want to sing, which is if that is the case, why would you cast them as your singing protagonist? But we'll see.
Well, I don't have a place to stay, so I guess I'll rent a hotel room for the night.
Oh, wait.
You don't have a place to stay.
Wait, why are you going here? Like, that's a huge gamble if you don't.
This is an audition. This is an audition. So she's here for the day right now. As someone who has gone to a number of auditions for things, yes, as someone who's gone to a number of auditions for things, either you get a return ticket, like on a train or something, or bus, or however you actually came here in the first place, or you do find a hotel before you set the date, because the auditions, they tell you like when they're going to happen. Well, actually, normally you like apply and then like send you an audition date when you'll be there, so you have plenty of advanced time to make plans and preparations and change your schedule and book a hotel if needed. So
I don't know.
In the ideal situation, they would have told her way in advance.
I don't know. Maybe she hopped the train and took a gamble. Like, yeah, I'm gonna make my life in the big city. What am I gonna do with my newfound freedom? Oh yes, and go to a random school.
Okay, but that also means that they're holding open auditions. If so, the date of open auditions would have been public by this point for some time, meaning that, again, she would have had time to make plans before now.
They're very short notice auditions. Like, they pretty much announced it like an hour before the auditions happened. Like, they're like, hey guys, let's gamble. We're kind of feeling in a silly, goofy mood. Would anyone like to audition to come to our school? You have like, I don't know, like 60 minutes to get here, or you can't audition. Oopsie doopsies.
Yeah, good luck if you live across the country, apparently.
Meanwhile, Ghost Kitty is like, it can, maybe it's because we watched that Flaming and Freezing Spirit Academy episode the other day. I haven't recovered, but I feel like screaming into a pillow. Ghostie, are you sure we didn't swap energies today? No, I'm mostly hyper because I'm compensating for the fact that I feel terrible, and that the last week has been absolute garbage.
Parable?
Well, in that case, let's continue to show you something that is hopefully less garbage than your week. Also, where'd everyone else go? They were sitting down waiting for this to happen. They should still be in the background.
Oh no, Jacob, haven't you been paying attention? They disappear and reappear at audience convenience.
I mean, dang, girl, why don't you sit down? Why are you pacing for hours? Jesus.
She's doing her best Hamlet impression. Also, another thing about these types of auditions is they don't normally tell you the night the night of the audition. They don't make decisions.
It normally
that
takes a few days.
Most of the time. Because that's also because they normally like have months of a time frame for an audition for something like this. So they need to consider literally everyone, and you'll most likely not be the last person that they on the last day they see. Maybe you
Also,
are, but
just
if you're not in
saying,
that case, you'll wait a while. to like, you know, make a proper decision, and then they'll get back to you. So you shouldn't be expecting an answer after this.
Just saying though, even if she does get into this academy, wouldn't she have to pay for it? Because, you know,
I'm sure that she knows about that.
I mean, maybe.
Why was that brought up all of a sudden?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about that. Like, I don't know if I feel like some people
that's like me saying, hey, if you get in this college, you do know you have to pay for tuition, right? Yes, everyone knows that.
Yes.
They tell you that.
But did they tell her that? She didn't know about a hotel room until now.
She knew about the academy and how it operates. So I would guess that she knows about the tuition, and most likely if she is underage, we don't know if she's underage yet, we don't know the age range of this academy. She would have had to have gotten, you know, parental permission at this point to be here in the first place, or guardian permission. So people would have known.
Okay, just saying, my best guess is I'm pretty sure she's meant to be 18 because, or at least in the United States, I'm pretty sure you have to be 18 or older to purchase a hotel room. I'm pretty sure any minor can't just be like, yes, I too would like a hotel room. I know I'm like 14, but you know, give me a hotel room.
That would make a lot of sense. So yeah, we'll go with that for now.
I don't see why not. I mean, it goes to a credit card at the end of the day, doesn't it? I mean, so long as they have the money, I don't think they care.
Yeah, you can say the same thing for lottery tickets or casinos. Once you go down the rabbit hole, you know, where do you stop is the question.
Both of those are gambling, so I think that's a pretty obvious answer.
Yeah, so that but by your logic, it all goes to a credit card, right? So why not?
Because two of those is gambling and this isn't.
So something that you're comparing something that is illegal to something that Aiden is saying is illegal. You see why the two.
Meanwhile,
I don't think this is illegal. It's getting a hotel.
I think
according to Aiden, if she's under 18, it would be illegal. We're going with that for now because it doesn't seem like. I mean, we'll see. Maybe it happens to be that she's in a country where that's not illegal, but we don't know where this is yet. So, assuming Aiden is correct, what I said is an equal example because it's still something illegal compared to something illegal. That's why I brought it up.
Right.
I was going to make the counterpoint to BB. I guess you could say that she is kind of gambling with her future here.
Ha! She is.
Wow. Okay.
That's just you know.
Hey.
That's not even a counter. I just got punned.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I guess you deserve. I guess you could say you deserve some punishment.
Okay.
The way you deserved there made me really curious as to how that fit in, and then you did punishment. I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obvious pun is obvious.
Yeah, it was very punderwhelming though.
I'm gonna call them. Hello?
I'm gonna punt you across
Also,
the yard, Aiden.
Don't do this. Don't call up. It's like, hey, I haven't received word of, you know, less than 24 hours after my audition, because then they're gonna think that because then they're gonna like not favor you. They're gonna be like, okay, this person can't play by our rules. They're not gonna listen to what we're saying. We're not gonna have them. That's not a good idea.
Is this the principal of town academy?
Like, when you audition for something, you gotta play hard to get.
Also, she was scared to audition in front of the principal this whole time, but now just casually calls her.
Just casually calls her up, be like, "Hey, girl, did I get in?"
and also assumes that the principal is the first person to pick up the phone at a public school number, which is not the case ever.
Yeah, normally you would get like the front desk person, and then they would have to, and then they would probably ask for like an appointment or like be like, "Hey, if you want to talk to principal." The principal could call you back at blank time on blank day on blank date.
On blank number, because it'll be a different number if you want to go direct to the principal. Yeah, exactly. And yes, she did say something. She just mumbled this principal of Town Academy, so yeah.
Yes? Who is this?
Huh? Wait, the principal just takes casual calls?
Apparently so. Okay. I'll turn up the volume so we can't see
like,
what's going
she
on.
is calling the principal. She is also calling a school line after hours.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what
isn't
is
it like the middle of the night? Schools don't normally have like respond after a certain point. Yes. Hey, I know it's like the middle of summer vacation, but I like to talk to the principal personally right now. It's like, what? The school
Does
didn't even open.
Talent Academy have a website? Because a lot of this information, tuition included, would be available on the website, and audition dates, and everything else I mentioned.
I auditioned to get into the school. I was just wondering if I've been denied entry into the school.
Well,
Yes,
after this
Thanks,
phone
bitch.
call, I'll deny entering the school for you, but you know.
Principal's like, what? No. Cuts down to a shot of like her name on the list, crosses out.
Why is the protagonist so quiet?
It's
Because the
that
protagonist is
I guess
quiet.
this protagonist hasn't ever had a job interview.
Like,
Yeah, you
she
gotta
could
protect for those.
be. Yeah, at a job interview, you might, need to speak up.
That was a joke. What B was saying was that it was the same as a job interview where they call you back rather than you having to, contacting
I mean you do call the.
Yeah, you do.
Am I mistaken? No, I'm talking about the girl who's calling back. No, I guess she's
Yes.
never been to an interview because I mean, like you don't call them and be like, oh, so did I not get the job? It's not really.
Oh,
That's what I was.
my gosh.
That's what I was saying. It's always the same way.
Very talented.
I was also
but
gonna
about-
say, look at her hair ribbon, look at her skirt, look at her vest. All three of them are outlined black.
I know, right? It's so bad.
Someone's just taken one of these images, printed them, taken some scissors, and cut around the outfit.
You know what? You know what would have helped some of her outfit if they had different colored outlines. Like God, I would take even like the slightly like lighter black outlines over the both being outlined black.
Would you take residual chroma key in green as an outline?
Residual chroma key.
You know what? Yes. You know what? In fact, yes, I would.
Then so be it.
enough people to join the
Yes, I
academy.
do so love to see some residual chroma key yellow.
Hold on, did you just say there's not enough people in the academy? I need to rewind that line. Wait, okay, and I'm tying this up to like 44%.
What's this?
I would do 50.
Right. My name is April. I auditioned to get into.
Wait, your name's April? Well, I thought it just said a different name earlier. I forgot what it was now. Fine, she's April.
I was just wondering if I've been denied entry into the school.
Oh, yes, April, you
I
are
was just
very
wondering if
talented,
I've
but
been denied entry into the school I just auditioned for less than 24 hours ago.
Bon, I'm honestly more attacking myself than I am attacking anyone else because I'm the most guilty of that.
What have you
I've
done?
already found
Residual chroma keying outlines.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty good at not leaving residual chroma key.
I'm good at that now. I'm just saying, Bon has not seen season 1 of Mutant Girl yet.
enough people to join the academy. Oh, please hold for a moment.
Oh God, she's about to get jumped.
Why don't I just imagine gangster music and them snapping their fingers as they enter?
Oh no, the residual chroma key is gone.
Yeah.
Also, why are these two wearing white t-shirts?
They're the white
Big Wayne
t-shirt
was-
gang, okay? They're a gang that wears white t-shirts, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Jehovah's Witness.
if this was during like actual school hours, I would have said maybe this is their ensemble uniforms for like group performances. But I'm thinking that's more of a specifically a drama school thing, and this is more of like a several different talents. So I don't know how
Like
that works.
I said, it's Victorious, a school where everyone's special talent is nurtured.
Of course, yeah. So if it works like Hollywood Arts, they wouldn't have a uniform, so maybe not.
Are you the principal of this school?
I'm sorry, you entered the school and you
When you walked through the school and you walked all the way to the principal's office, and then you go up to her and be like, "Are you the principal?" It's like, how did you get into school if you don't even know the principal?
Yeah,
Don't we have a website. We have a website. My picture is on the website.
Yeah, apparently April knows the principal by visual, but these two who are inside her office don't.
How do you get into the principal's office? Like, you have to be let into a principal's office.
Well, someone must have let them in, clearly, but yeah. Well. We need the black shirts. Normally I would agree with you because ensemble black shirts is the standard. However, we've seen what happens with any
No.
black clothing in this video, so
Everything is outlined black. No.
for this episode alone, probably not. All right, then.
Yes, what seems to be the problem?
Well, I heard my daughter audition to get into the school, and
Oh, so they're mother and daughter, so that's why they match outfits. Okay. We need the void shirts. Okay.
This feels. This is not, by the way, how you get into a school or anything.
Yes, I know how to get into a school. Let's
Well, I mean,
go
first of all,
harass
like-
the principal.
Yeah,
Let's
you
go
don't
harass
wanna-
the principal to make sure we get in. Because
At
that
night.
can't go wrong.
Yeah, her face is pretty accurate here. The daughter, I mean, you know, the last thing you want is to be seen next to your Karen mom begging for you to be brought into the school because you deserve it.
Which, if anything, makes her slightly more relatable because you could very easily fall into the trap of like, oh, this is the nepo baby rival to the protagonist, and therefore she's going to be super conceited. But at least she seems now to be. She's in that situation, but hasn't actually taken on the management of that, which is, if anything, is refreshing to see in this kind of show. And of course, the mother's blissfully unaware of that because, you know, r/entitled parents.
in.
Yes, she is very talented.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Well, I
Wait,
don't
what?
care. My daughter will be going to a different school to become.
What?
Oh, okay. It's the opposite. So instead of being not gone in, she's annoyed because I guess the daughter audition. Which, hold on a second. Okay, this is another
Wait,
question.
wait.
So are they actually underage? Because if so, that's why you would need parental approval to sign up for this place. She could do it herself otherwise. I mean, there's obviously tuition. Maybe that's the issue. You're holding tuition accountable. Maybe that's it. But it does raise the question now because normal people don't think about this kind of stuff. And considering that the person who made this has no idea how an audition process actually works in the real world, I don't think they would have thought about necessarily having that concept of holding tuition above someone's head if they are of legal age.
I'm a doctor, so I would ask you kindly to remove her name from the school list.
From the school list. We're not
Oh
doing
my
another take of
God.
that one. Okay.
Please get out.
Come on, sweetheart. We're moving.
Oh, dang.
Oh man.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
just have a zoom in into her Leia bun, her singular Leia bun.
Just do it.
Oh, okay. I think I know what happened. This is not the right protagonist. This is just the person who happened to. Has anyone? Okay. Has anyone
Oh,
seen
wait.
Pitch Perfect?
Wait, so she wasn't gonna get in, but then since that mother was like, me and Mike, I don't want my daughter going here, we're leaving. And then it's like, okay,
Yeah.
hey girl, guess what, you're in. Like, okay.
Which, yeah, I guess therefore is going to
Which-
give her a compliment of like being the least
which
talented person
personally
there. Okay.
kind of annoys me as a story mechanic because it's like, so what? The only reason the main character is even in the position she is because of dumb luck. Not because
Ghostie,
of...
why are you licking
herself.
your
Isn't that-
plate?
Isn't that also victorious? Tori was not
Yeah.
supposed to get Trina's audition. She just was
That-
You don't need to know.
well, yeah,
I'm just
true.
curious about your
look, I never said
dog-like
Victorious
habits.
was good. I just acknowledged Victorious.
My dog-like habits are none of your concern.
No, I'm
I
very
thought you were a
concerned.
cow.
Look, she's a furry. We all know this.
Well, that's a different. She's a cat. Her persona's a cow, not a dog. Different
Cows are
persona.
They still eat off the floor.
Well, I mean, our
Cows eat
dog-
grass.
Well, I mean, do cows
Also,
Like,
lick
Oh,
here's
plates
the thing.
clean?
I'm a furry, not a Therian.
I will take your word on that.
Okay, but also just saying about these designs. Where are their pupils? No one has pupils in this.
Yes. What volume do we put it on? Is it the actual volume? That's put the volume on low. By default, I tend to put the volume on very low because Restream naturally amplifies
Okay.
everything. And when I've had it on max before, people have said like, I'm deaf. So I naturally put it
And
down
it's very
to
loud
like
on
20.
Max.
Okay, well, I'll move it up to 15. It's on 49 now because the slider's not perfect. It's on 49% currently. So yeah, I guess we're pulling the pitch perfect. You know, it's competition with your son is not in college. And therefore, the Bard and Bellas get a chance at the competition. Which, by the way, that happens towards like the end of that movie, because by that point they've like become disillusioned because it seems like it's their rock bottom moment. In this instance, it's almost like we just had like the previous scene. So I guess the whole point is to give her a bit of a complex because she's overheard this particular point over the phone.
No, she didn't hear any of that. She was put on hold.
Well, I mean, the smart thing to do in this instance to make that complex thing work without having to exposit it to her was to have the principal just forget to turn it off. But then again, you're right. It is most likely that she's gonna just explain that immediately and be like, "Hey, guess what? A spot just opened up."
Ooh, I still need one more person.
A spot just opened up.
Ma'am?
Oh, April. It was actually a mistake. You got in. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
just
god!
She just lied. Okay, fine.
For the confusion.
I guess the question then becomes: did April get in because she happened to be the most talented out of the people who weren't successful in the auditions, or because she happened to call in this moment and she was the first person that she spoke to?
No, most likely
She just got very lucky.
Most likely, my guess is like they had a list of backups, and she was like the top backup.
Like, or maybe it was the fact that she was on the phone and that she's convenient and available, which is most likely the case.
All right. It's like me asking where are the noses, but as you notice, I gave up on that. Additions of noses is a perk.
Okay, to be fair, Vaughn, noses weren't really original. Noses weren't added to Gacha Club. Okay, pupils have been a thing for years, decades, maybe.
I suppose, yeah. I think that's actually why I irritated to Bon about the technicality of like if something started in Gacha Life and then transferred over, then that's where I give the pass on the noses. And I think Bon has also said, what was this made in Gacha Life, Gacha Club? Where are the noses?
Yeah, I'm just used to no noses on my Gacha bees. Again, I was somewhat around late Gacha Life, and then I'm used to like the existence of no noses.
Yeah, you were very late Gacha Life. You were like the last week of Gacha Life before Gacha Club came out.
No. I was around for like 7 months during Gacha Life. The last 7 months I got.
Sorry. I mean to say when you started making Gacha videos.
I was around. Right. That's what I was experienced watching. That's the experience seeing. I was around during that.
Yeah, you obviously like voicing in Gacha videos by that point as well, because Music Girl had been out by then. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say something. I forgot about it. Never mind.
Oh my god! Thank you so much, ma'am. I won't let you down.
Yes, well, you will start tomorrow. I'll give you the list of your dorm number and class you'll...
Also another thing, layering again. She clipped out different times.
You're a singer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Didn't you know that? Didn't you have like...
Oh, you should know that. You should know she's a singer. You just let her into the school. You're like, oh, you're a singer, right? Is that what you are? It's like, didn't I audition? You should know what I am. You should know this stuff.
Maybe we're like being led into a plot twist, and her singing is actually terrible.
Oh my! I was like the Trina thing.
But then, why would she have been on the list of backups and the first person that? I mean, but at this point, that wouldn't have worked. Maybe if she got that, it turns out that she was like just really bad, and then but somehow it was discovered that she had like a different talent or something. I don't know.
I mean, actually, that would be interesting. Maybe like. There's a Gacha series where the character starts off pursuing a certain talent at some academy, but they're just not really good at that talent. And the more they pursue it, no matter what they do, they're not able to keep up with everyone, and they're not able to get really good at it. But then over time, they start discovering they have another talent until they decide to change talent to pursue that new talent. And
the problem is if they're not very good. If they're not very good at it, they wouldn't have got past the audition process in this premise. But if you take away that procedure, then maybe that would work.
Yeah. It could be a nepo baby situation. It could be a nepo baby situation where it's like their mom was a great singer and they wanted to be a great singer and they had a connection to the school, so they were like, "Oh, sure." And then she sounded like chalk on a. She sounded like nails on a chalkboard.
I mean, you're describing a lot of different kids' movies at the end of the day, which is like, oh, I need to be this thing, so I'm going to be the best at this thing, and then the big reveal is, oh, I'm actually not great at that thing, but that's okay because my real strength is this thing, and that makes me amazing and perfect and happy ever after.
There you go. See? Good old Disney coming through again.
Give me a list of
Disney.
classes you would like to take, and I'll try to fit you
Like,
in.
that loops back to what I said earlier about Gacha videos feeling like early Wattpad fanfiction.
The thing is, with fanfiction, it's always based on something. This doesn't really have too much of it. I mean, this might be a Victorious fanfiction with the character's name change, but I don't think so. Also, I think we just heard a line where she was just offered. She asked if April wanted to take any other classes, meaning that the classes are optional at this school. Which what?
All right, thank you, ma'am.
No, I mean, I think it was more or less the case of her being like, okay, tell me what classes you want in your schedule.
I'm gonna rewind.
Because in high school, for example, you could pick.
I'm gonna rewind and check.
Are you back yet, ma'am?
Oh, I rewound too far.
April, it was actually a mistake. You got in. Sorry for the confusion.
Oh my God, thank you so much, ma'am. I won't let you down.
Yes, well, you will start tomorrow. I'll give you the list of your dorm number and class you'll be taking. You're a singer, right?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a list of classes you would like to take, and I'll try to fit you in.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, it probably is electives. It's worded weirdly, but yeah. But speaking of that, I having now heard without pausing the principal for long enough, I have to say it's another case of someone sound like they're just reading from a script. I mean, because some of those lines was like, yes, well, you'll start soon, and etc. 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 Like you can clearly tell it's meant to be like this, like a pause, like yes, well, you start soon, or something to that effect. Like, oh, you actually did get in. Sorry for the confusion, but it's all like one singular note, and it just feels like there was no direction in this, which is probably also why no one projects, and B, that there wasn't a clear goal for this particular character, which either means it was not a priority for auditioning, or I don't know, honestly.
The world will never know.
Today's the day. Yes, I'm going to my dreams.
It's definitely the case that no one got direction.
School.
Yes, I'm going to my dreams. I totally care and so energetic.
Oh, I just realized. Yeah, it's actually this is April's thought. I thought it was like the person like talking in the background. It's like, hey, today's the day, everyone. I'm going to my school. Then I realized he's doing a dance. That's yeah. The focus was not drawn to the right location.
I don't know. There's little evidence when we're hearing her in a monologue past when she's speaking.
Yeah, well,
It's
because there's no like filter
some
for
sort
her
of
thoughts.
echo on the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, some sort of echo on her like inner thoughts might help differentiate a little.
Definitely.
Dream school. Whoop whoop. Okay.
But that would also imply that her head is empty.
I got this.
It's like a cave in there. There's no thoughts behind her eyes.
I mean, she did come to an audition without booking a hotel first. She was going to stay overnight, so that's on her. Which actually, now that I said that out loud, I have to rectify my previous statement because apparently this was the last day of auditions. In which case, that is a very terrible method to run your school by if you start and end your auditions like right before the classes start. Because say that something happens, you don't end up filling enough spots, then suddenly you have empty classrooms. It becomes like ponies when no one's there, no one showed up.
Well, ponies, to be fair, also got genocided.
Yes, but that's if anything, that makes what I said even greater of an issue because then there's even less characters.
They all got murdered at the
right.
one. I find that hilarious.
And yes, I think April is supposed to be wearing overalls. You just can't see them.
No, she's wearing void overalls. They're like a new form of overalls, but it's like you're wearing like the void, the infinite space is like overall shaped, but it's like not, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I summoned KW.
Why'd you have to bring it up? Because I thought Terry the Bad Boy deserved a break. You say I talk about that show too much.
You know, that one of the girls in the background kind of looks like Yuki. if he had long hair.
And one of the ones on the one on the right looks like Aiko.
Oh my god.
Okay, we have a bit of a custom image in the background there. All right. Actually, wait, was that custom image or just like the tech? Oh, I guess no, never mind. Okay, so now we have.
Oh, come on! I know it's you.
Okay, so I'm noticing that the
Who
only
just
sound
ran
that we
around
ever
in
get
the
is
back there?
an extra. So I'm also noticing that at the train station, the only time we ever get any sort of background sound whatsoever, because nothing else here. There's no music. There's no nothing except for the intro, which clearly demonstrates that the creator knows how to add music in some form, but just has decided not to, which I'm concerned about because that means that we're either going to get another jukebox musical, or we're going, but for song performances. If so, why not do one for the audition? Or there's going to be no music in a show that's all about singers.
To be fair, I feel like maybe the editing software they're using, they could only figure out how to add one audio track, so that's why there's no background music. Or maybe they couldn't figure out how to lower the background music, and they didn't want the background music overpowering VAs, but that's still not great. But that's probably what happened behind the scenes.
Like,
to my
in
video.
this case, I've only watched the first few, minutes of this before sending this to Jacob. Was I just baited into a terrible video?
That's what I said. It's the curse. You watch the part that, like, by yourself, you watch the part that was good, and then suddenly you just see it slowly descend. The more time we spend here.
So I will say, one of the...
Oh god, it's just like Renegade.
Wait. You guys gotta stop using it by its acronym, man. That's not how you use the word FAFSA.
That means it's not how you use it. That's exactly how you use it.
No, because FAFSA, first and foremost, when I think FAFSA, I'm not thinking the Gacha series. I'm thinking
the federal financial aid thing.
Yes, I'm thinking financial aid. So when you say
your application for federal student financial aid,
music we had in FAFSA we need here. Is that so?
FAFSA the musical. We will give you money. We will give you money.
We just have a few stipulations. We aren't greedy.
We also need a character designer in this house. At least she isn't wearing outline black. Meanwhile, he looks like he has hooves.
There you go. See, yeah, you're in the minority.
No, why am I in the minority? You have to sign those things before you get into a college here in the States.
BB,
yes.
Think about the age demographic of
like,
my audience, and then realize why they probably don't know about that yet.
I guess.
Like some of these people aren't even old enough to start even questioning what college is.
Yeah, I mean. As it turns out, yeah, a lot of them are I think all of them are US this time, but that's not always the case. So can't rely on that.
I mean, if Bond's still here, I mean, they're
exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
I do love her purple tongue, by the way. Pink tongue?
Yeah.
Purple?
It's like a pinkish purple.
I ain't in college yet.
There you go.
Well, okay. Well, you're a kid and you're gonna be in college. You should start thinking about it.
You're a kid. You're a squid.
Your idea.
Nope. Meanwhile, BB, on a counterpoint, I didn't go to college. I went directly into the workforce after school.
You should still think about it. And if knows the answer, then knows the answer. But consider it.
No offense, BB, but I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life.
Well, I mean, you can get a scholarship.
So in that case,
I'm in college right now, but I don't get any debt because I have a scholarship.
I did, yes, BB, I did think about it. And you want to know what I thought? Ooh, college is pretty expensive even with financial aid, and I didn't get a good enough grade to
okay, you both realize that you're both in agreement, but you're still acting like you're arguing with each other. You're saying the same things right now.
But what I'm saying is that I didn't get good enough grades in school to to qualify for any scholarships.
Oh, neither did I. Dear
So
God, yeah.
I'd be only relying on student financial aid, which you know what that means in the
FAFSA.
US. I'd be FAFSA, or a lot of debt.
I didn't go to college. I went to audition for a school without booking a hotel on the last day and called the principal hoping that I get in. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
a technicality.
So
Yeah.
no, my grades sucked too. The way I got into it is because in I think it was freshman year they were pitching a bunch of electives for the next year to us, and one of them was a manufacturing class. And the manufacturing teacher, one of his big selling points was, if you sign up for my class, I'll get you a scholarship to the nearby college, and you'll get like a paid internship upon graduation. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah, that's the thing, baby. Not all schools do that. I joined the workforce directly after school because I didn't want to be in a horrible student financial debt.
Also, I think it's worth pointing
That's
out that BB had to literally be bribed to stay in Texas.
That's true.
Fair enough. Although I'm
Like,
gonna be
no
honest,
offense,
I'm gonna be
people.
honest, BB. If I were you, there's no way anyone could bribe me to stay.
Like
in
there was
Texas.
probably a reason.
I'm gonna be
that
honest.
was
If I
in
was in
place.
Texas, there's no one thing that anyone could offer me that would get me to want to stay in Texas.
Look,
I'd be like, as soon as you get the chance, I'm booking it. I'm sorry.
You know, I've said it once before.
I
Say it
ain't
again.
doing this.
I've said this a few times. The most recent time on the Butter Bunch, wave money in my face and I'll do what you want.
Hey, look, this is the what I'm describing here is actually that's actually the reason I got adopted. I was just born. I was there for 8 days. I was like, you know what? I'm fed up with this place. I need a different family.
the 8-day-year-old decided, you know what? I think I've had
I'm
enough
not
of a
the,
trial run. I think I'm done with my free trial. I'm good. Goodbye.
Yes, my 7-day free trial has expired.
Let's settle this then. Whoever gets more views on the next video gets to keep the video up.
you have a
But
weird tongue,
whoever
too.
gets the least amount of views on the next video, you has to take their video down.
Wait,
Deal?
what's wrong with your hoodie? Wait a second. Hold on. Wait,
it's
jacket. Yeah, because there's a zipper.
Are you referring to the sleeves thing? Because
No,
yeah,
I'm referring to the entire thing. Look at the colors. What do you mean?
Yeah, the sleeves are pink with outline black. Then there's white on the jacket for some reason with purple and outline black. And so it looks ugly.
I am going to say something positive about the background. That's this person knows how to actually blur the backgrounds to make sure that, once again, I said before about the issue with the focus being drawn in the wrong place. If that person, if the actually had been blurred out like before, we wouldn't have had that issue. So this is actually a technique that they use a lot of the time in live action, particularly. Because it's usually more of an issue. With animation, you tend to not be able to do that necessarily,
Well, to be fair,
it helps. It
to
helps.
be fair, there's a lot you could do with camera work in live action. Like you could do blur, you could add in like a lot of good camera work.
Again, that is what I was saying. And I
Yes.
was also saying the reason that they do that. I don't know what you were trying to add there.
Like, no offense, but I like the colors of his jacket. Mostly because I'm looking at, Mr. Blueberry hair differently than you guys. Probably
he has
think your
purple hair.
It's worth pointing
Yeah,
out that one
yeah.
of his characters has green hair and purple eyes, the other one has purple hair and green eyes.
Oh
Are
god.
they related?
I don't think so.
They are polar
Why-
opposites drawn in because Gacha soulmates. The mark of the star on her
my-
on her cheek said so.
So why are his headphones why is their headphones an eyeball exactly? Like, why is it a
That's moon.
googly
Like,
eye?
It's a crescent moon.
It's a googly eye.
Yeah, that's
Right.
crescent.
I also just realized that is that the purple haired person is actually I'm pretty sure it's modeled off of Pat, and I say that because again, as someone who unapologetically did not bother modeling off Pat that much for Pete.
You
I
didn't
can-
even
I can
try
identify.
with Pat versus Pete.
I just said that again, Aiden. You're repeating what I say.
You didn't
Also,
even
the
try,
green
how dare you.
the green is inconsistent, by the way. I see the hair is green, then I see the bottom layer of the eyes are green. I see the top layer is gray, but I'm assuming that's probably just our darker green. But if you're inverting the colors like that, why an inconsistent type of green?
because that's how hair highlights tend to be made in Gacha. Obviously, you have to pick the right kind to do that, and that's why sometimes they backfire. But that is how it goes with hair highlights. That's just usually how they do it.
Well, that's fine, but then why is the eye not matching it though?
Which eye are you referring to here?
The one with the green eyes.
The one with the green eyes and purple hair. Why is his eyes not matching his hair?
No, why are the green eyes not count? Not why? Why is the color not consistent?
With what?
Consistent to what?
With the girl's hair?
Her hair.
So why? So you're saying why is a completely different human being have different eye color, that have a different shade of green to someone's hair?
In this case, yes, absolutely, because like you can clearly tell they tried inverting.
I actually don't think they tried inverting it. I just think it's a coincidence.
Yeah, the purple eyes are also different shades of the purple hair. Like it's like it.
Yeah,
yes,
I just think
yes, there's a contrast, but it's not like they're not doing an identical contrast because that would be way too much of a coincidence if these two characters are not related.
Deal, you're going down.
Deal, you're going down.
Hey, if
Was
you
that
ever
me
need help
taking a
with
second to process it? Wait, did the principal show up sooner than the background?
Yes, that happens a lot because again, for some reason, even despite all the techniques in here, pre-rendering is still a thing that eludes people. I don't understand.
makeup, I could always help.
You see her move to the background.
Was that
there?
meant to
Wait.
be mean? Was that meant to be mean?
I mean, it could be mean. I'm guessing it's meant to be mean, but even the expressions don't convey that.
The person they're talking to
to
like stinked back.
If it was meant to be nice, it's like, hey, let me know if you want any help. Okay, bye now.
Yeah,
Ta-ta.
that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was one series that was so bad it's good. I don't remember what it's called now, but
Ponies.
No, it was a Gacha one that I really liked.
Speaking of ponies, let's talk about ponies all stream and make
Let's
KW
not.
explode.
Let's not talk about ponies because we're here for a reason. And Jacob, I'm so sorry. I got baited into another terrible video.
Oh well.
That's because the first couple of minutes were good and then it went downhill.
Yeah, we're not at Theatre Throwdown levels yet.
I mean, hey,
that's what it was.
Ghostie,
that was
like
probably
this.
what it was, right? It was Theatre Throwdown, the one that I really liked.
It could be worse, Ghostie. What else could go wrong?
Right.
We're only a quarter of the way through the video, Aiden, so the answer is a lot.
Oh, I should probably check.
Yep, this is it. Theatre Throwdown.
Yeah. I mean, one thing you should do is like give us your canon height. What your head is touching the ceiling right now. You are a giant.
I mean, I didn't know we were watching a series about giants. Maybe that's her talent.
I do. Like I said before, I do appreciate that having like resizing the character and bringing them forward is a valid technique in terms of doing that. But you have to bear in mind that means that the background's going to look smaller. So you have to resize the background also to compensate for that. If anything, that's part of my tutorial that I used. Not that I used, that I made.
Alright, my dorm room is 349.
Don't trip on my foot next time, weirdo. Maybe then.
Okay, she is definitely meant to be the mean girl, but just does not pull it off.
You wouldn't be on the floor.
She's the mean girl, but she also kind of sounds like Draco Malfoy.
She sounds like Quadzy trying to be a mean girl.
Yes, exactly. I was just thinking she sounds like Quadzy.
Quadzy, when did you get here?
Yeah, what she said. Wait.
Yeah, what she said. There you go. She's agreeing with you.
Hey, leave her alone.
Oh my god, for yelling, you're not very good at it.
Yeah,
hey, leave her alone. Like, oh man, way to stand up to bullies.
Yeah,
like,
I meant
sounded more like, hey, leave her alone. Not, hey, leave her alone. Like, okay. Can you sound any more passive while telling me to leave her alone?
That one I don't mind so much because sometimes people do sound like apprehensive when they're trying to confront bullies. They want to do something, but their voice betrays them.
No, but like the way it sounded like she was trying to project and be angry at the same with her expression and with the way the voice actor was trying to say it, but they're just so quiet and they come off very shy The fact that they said it very quietly and stuff is like you're standing up for someone. This sounds like you're supposed to be yelling it in a demanding way.
All right. I'm also noticing that the camera, the way they're positioning the characters, the reason that they are off center right now is because they were picking on somebody who the one from before, the one that like stepped on her or something. But because that was different backgrounds, they had to pretend that that's like an off-frame thing. Whereas if you had just done the scene, then done a close-up of both of them, you can actually put them in the exact same setting. In fact, if anything, you can actually put them in the background of this shot, like resize them to go down, then zoom in, and then but then have the person that's being bullied took this in the bottom right corner, but also resize to be closer to the camera. That's the way you can do that without having to bother with most of that stuff. But again, it seems like the only way that they're trying to do like the left and right justified shots, but it doesn't work because of the way, as A, the background limitation, and B, the fact that you have to resort to doing this to compensate for it, without centering the shots to disguise that fact.
Ooh, you're the new girl, right?
Ooh, I'm a ghost because I don't slide.
I've heard some.
Like, there is some walking animation. It's just really slow. Why is it slow?
Most of the walking animations so far has been fine. It just seems to be this girl that for some reason glides with every step she takes.
Also, again, she's too quiet. Like for a mean girl, she's like, what do you think you're the new girl. Hi. Like you don't really you sound very shy, okay? You're not being a good bully.
Yeah.
Like, she is a bully, but she also has really terrible social anxiety.
She's just like, listen, if you're gonna bully me good, okay? You're not even bullying me good. You're bullying me terrible.
Yeah, this was something I meant to mention 2 times before. Once with gray hair here, and then the other one with like the character just randomly dancing in the street at her friends. Going whoop whoop whatever. Well, you see, that's the thing. You had more enthusiasm than they did. And you could. It feels like a lot of these people. There was an exclamation point at the end of their lines, and so they did what I did with Pete with the "get away from my friend" line, and I'm gonna out myself here a little bit, which is I know how that was supposed to sound. But because of the means I had at the time, I couldn't actually yell. That's what this feels like to me. Like they were meant to yell, but they just didn't. And so they tried making it sound like it did, which doesn't work.
Definitely not. Rarity, MLP, and Haley, the music freaks, are going to fight. Oh no. Now I can't unsee the Haley one. I mean, Rarity, I'll take your word for it, but still.
I mean, to be fair, Rarity has more like grayish white skin. Because Equestria girls, they don't have human skin tones.
Yeah. Since you're new,
Hashtag
I'll
horse
give you some
girls.
advice. First off, we're the most talented students in this whole school, so you shouldn't mess with us. Unless you...
Oh yeah, because talent equates to... bully status.
Just saying, girl. You know what a talent you should work on getting? The talent to project your voice. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
this is like
this
is like if a school, if like a regular school, if like the students that got like the top grades or something became bullies or something. It's like, I got the top grades. You don't mess with me. Just a group of nerds. Anyway,
we're the most stereotypical nerds there are.
I'm just gonna say this. It sounds like she's like kind of whisper yelling because her parents are asleep in the other room.
In which case, record during the day. It's not that hard.
Like,
while they're away.
While I was doing like auditions, I got line reads like this. But that's mostly younger people trying to voice act, but doing it in the dead of night so they don't embarrass themselves in front of their folks. Yeah. Your parents normally don't care. Your Your parents might ask what you're doing, but that is the long and the short of it, unless your parents are horrible, controlling people like mine.
Or you're not supposed to be, or they don't like allow you to be in like online shows or something. In which case, you probably shouldn't be auditioning for stuff anyway.
In which case, read your lines during the day. I promise, it's not that hard. While you're like in between school and homework and video games, there is a lot of time to slot in your line reads.
Definitely. Maybe the VA only had 1 day left to record, just like the character only had 1 day left to audition.
Alternatively, actually, and I don't recommend this, by the way, but if you're gonna be using a bad mic, like it sounds like everyone in this is, and you're gonna use your phone or something, you could do what I did on some really tight recording sessions with Mutant Girl back in the day, where on occasion I would end up in the middle of PE class. I would like sneak out into the hallway and do my lines there, and then sneak back in.
Okay.
So even during school, there's always an option if you want to sacrifice mic quality.
I'm just recalling that was the time when I was doing like voice directions in person, which means you must be on a call with me while you're supposed to be at school.
Well,
okay.
I have priorities, Jacob. I think this is clear.
All right then, fair enough. Also, by the way, yeah, Prism is actually a perfect example for this because I remember that she said like a few times like my neighbors must hate me or something like that. That's actually like a good joke to have as a voice actor. At least you're doing the right thing, because if you're if you're being as crazy as you can, especially with a character like Yumeka, that is the best way to go about it. Yeah, people don't know Prism also voices Yumeka in the Guardians.
I really like Yumeka and the Guardians. Although, I feel like Yumeka becomes a slightly weaker character when like she has to be ultra serious. Like I love comedic Yumeka.
I do like sad Yumeka as well. It's one of those performances that you can actually see the character, being funny and chaotic in normal circumstances, but then when she actually has the trauma, you still get that across from her. And in fact, if anything, the craziness comes in as a result of her trauma, so it doesn't feel like it's too forced. That's one reason that Yumeka's my favorite character there. But also you have the advantage with Yumeka being that she's voiced by the director and writer, the creator, which means that my usual complaints about the voice acting and direction of the Guardians don't normally apply to her, because you can bypass that procedure. It's also like like a lot of people were talking about like how unhinged Emil was, and it's like that's because I don't have to run that by anyone. I'm doing it myself.
You're not interpreting a script from anyone, which is always the benefit of voice acting in your own series speech. You don't have to interpret anything. It's like I knew the intention of this line.
Exactly. You said that. I know you're complaining about the fact that I don't normally cast myself as the main character and stuff, even when I have the chance to. That's because I like giving people the chance to be the main characters. Most of the time, the main characters are being you, because you snatched up the audition before it even becomes an open audition.
True. But then here's the thing. But then when the main character leaves, Morwenna, God,
Meanwhile,
it becomes a pain in the butt.
Also, the Mutant Girl gave me enough of a presence within the voice acting Gacha community to actually be able to get more people. And by the time that the first voice actor left, there was a voice actor to begin with in the first place, which wasn't there when we started. So yeah, it's not much of an issue anymore. It's a hassle, but
it's not much. It's a hassle, but it's not much of an issue anymore.
Yeah.
That is why we have backups.
Very true.
Speaking of backups, I do need to get a backup for Ava, but I don't know who to cast for Ava. Oh God.
But to ask Caroline, just make that a full circle thing. We originally cast Apex to be the replacement for Caroline.
Is the Caroline system even around? I've been trying to get in contact with them, but they haven't really been around much.
That is true. I was just saying that like poetically. Logistically, you're right. It is less likely. But then again, you could actually. I know you don't like doing this, but you could actually run an audition.
Maybe. I don't know if I'd get many people auditioning though.
I mean, maybe like a mini server one that could work because people are around.
Maybe I'll post something in the Mutant Girl Discord server, be like, "Hey, would anyone be up for auditioning as Ava?"
Yeah, I have to check if we have rules against that. I might have said something at some
Do
point.
we?
But
I don't know.
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, cool. If not, you could probably set it up. I don't really know how to do that. Yeah.
I was gonna say like GLVA or Angel Light would be the two places I would have recommended.
GLVA is dead and Angel Light is not really dead, but I don't use it as often as I should.
Okay.
Secondly, this is the weirdo of the school, so I wouldn't talk to her.
Just isn't it? Was she there last year? Because if not, then the weirdo of the school would not have had like a much of a presence here.
What rumors? Anyways, move aside.
What rumors? Wait, don't tell me. I don't care.
Whatever. You can be weirdos together then.
Of course, that's the best friend character because that's safe with everyone. The one who gets bullied ends up being rescued by the main character, and that's just how it goes. Yeah, all right then.
Thank you so much for helping me. I'm Darcy.
Oh, hi. I'm April. And
You're not gonna take her hand? I mean, I know I'm awkward with people handshakes and stuff like that, but like isn't that the social expectation or something?
Well, maybe she doesn't like physical touch. That might be a thing.
I don't like physical touch with strangers. I rather not physically touch a stranger.
I think this might be like a subtle clue as to that being an issue. Whether it's due to past trauma or autism, I don't know. Might be.
It's fine. Sorry.
The girl, yeah,
it happens.
We don't see too many characters with autism in these gacha shows.
Which is honestly probably for the best because I don't trust the majority of gacha tubers to portray autism correctly. I don't trust myself to do it.
A neurotypical person just writes a autistic character, but that makes it offensive one. That's always what happens. Like, God, I think it was Sia.
I'm not saying neurotypical people can't make autistic vendors. I'm just saying that, in the gacha community, based on like how people deal with levels of accuracy for anything at all, neurotypical or otherwise, the creators don't know they have that put together. So if you're neurotypical wants to write an autistic character, go for it. I just don't trust myself with that.
Like Sia once made a movie called Music. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
classic.
God, that was horrible. That
was
terribly
everyone knows
offensive.
this story. Yeah.
Yes, but that doesn't mean that every neurotypical person is going to have those same shortcomings. Thankfully.
Meanwhile, I have the opposite problem. I try to write a character that's neurotypical and just end up with a bunch of autism.
I know, right? It's like you write a character and then you actually write autistic traits, and there's like, I don't need to do that.
Your issue is not with accidentally writing autistic traits. Your issue is making everyone depressed.
Oh yeah.
Like,
listen,
meanwhile,
I mean, they're bored. Look, okay, some of my characters I do kind of see some traits I actually had.
Well, that's
meanwhile,
the thing.
I was like.
Every character has some traits.
Meanwhile, while I was writing Ulrich for later in the season, I was like, he had to have a normal human interest at some point because he was a human before he was a werewolf, and I was like, what are normal human interests? And I was like, oh, he can be really big into card games. And then it just death spiraled into oops, accidentally autism.
just pick a random one of your special interests. Be like, yes.
That's the thing. I don't even like card games, but Ulrich is now really into card games.
I challenge you to a children's card game.
It's all in two categories: does like card games, doesn't like card games.
Does get overly obsessed with one thing and loves that one thing crazy and can talk hours about that thing?
Well, if that's the case, and it happens to be that April is autistic, I'm hoping that Talent Academy isn't a hyperfixation because that's not a permanent situation. That's gonna come back to bite her if that's the case.
I don't know. Maybe her talent can be her objective fixation, and that's the whole reason why she's here.
I don't know how we.
And she might discover a different thing.
I want to just specify hyperfixation. Hyperfixations aren't permanent. Those are still momentary, just a bit longer. It's special interests that are permanent.
That's exactly what I said.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
what I
you.
was saying. I'm
Oh, well,
hoping
you.
this isn't a hyperfixation, because the moment that wears off for her, and she no longer hyperfixates on it, she's stuck enrolled in a school she no longer wants to be in.
Oh, I thought you said this isn't permanent, and that's the reason. Sorry, okay.
Wait a minute. Oh god, I just realized. You know okay, so the best friend character, look at her pupils. They're the color of her skin.
They exist. You want to
I know,
pupils?
but like
there you
when
go.
I said I wanted pupils, I didn't mean make them skin colored. Like, what is there a hole in her eye where you just see flesh? Like, what?
If there were, you would just see like the back of like the eye sockets. You see like
Yeah.
red.
So why is there flesh? Is there just a flesh circle in the middle of her eyes?
Her eyes stickers that she's painted on to look normal.
Oh my god! I just saw that. No.
I have to go. I need
It's
to
Lightning
find my way
McQueen
to
in
my
human
dorm
form.
room.
Oh, okay. Well, I can help you.
Yeah, what's your dorm room?
Oh my god,
what a
dude.
coincidence! It's the same as mine.
See-
Whoopity dee.
See, I'm just glad that there's one person who speaks with emphasis on
and
anything.
it happened to be the school weirdo, apparently.
What's your
I
room?
like the fact that she said yippity dee. That was so cute. I love her already. But I also kind of hate her hairstyle.
I mean,
yeah, her hairstyle is literally just a bow.
I'm gonna be honest though, I kind of like her hairstyle because like it comes off very messy, very like kind of quirky by the way it is. I don't know. I kind of like that, and it kind of does convey the school weirdo vibe.
Yeah,
like it conveys the school weirdo vibe. I just don't like the fact that her hair bow is made out of her hair.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, yeah.
I think I would like this if in a different art style. Like, I don't like it, but I think if this were a more traditional cartoon style, I think this could be a fun design.
It could be. I will say, as somebody again who has gone to drama school, some of the people who were taking design classes, they did look like this. They had this kind of fashion. That's like the one element so far that's been accurate at any like sort of performing arts school that I've been to.
And also, wait, there's just one thing I'm also kind of confused by. So you know how like the bully girl bullied the Darcy, Darcy. It's just
Yes.
like you're at a talent academy where everyone has like special talents and like it's all like performing arts and stuff like that, and you're bullying someone for being quirky. Isn't that like the whole point of the school? Oh yes, the school where everyone is quirky and has special talents and is super unique.
It depends on their talents. Remember that one of the talents is literally singing, which is one of the most basic talents that people have.
Yeah.
So it's very mainstream. So it honestly does depend, because hierarchies can very easily form
I feel
here.
like a school like this would just attract all the like artsy, quirky people instead of like the very stuck up people who like think they're better than all the quirky people, because like I feel like half the classes are just filled with only quirky people.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, I will say, having a class full of theater kids is probably one of the most welcoming dynamics you can possibly have. So yeah, there wouldn't normally be bully characters in general, but if there are, that would be the reason why. I don't know why, but that's kind of remember the lesbian flag, and I can't unsee it.
I don't really see it. I mean, I don't really think the colors coordinate, because like I mean, I guess there's like a weird looking shade of orange, a weird shade of purple, and there's technically white, but like the shades are completely off. I'm gonna be honest, the shades are completely off from that flag.
Yeah, the shades are completely off.
Or April?
Dude, I thought that was
April.
you, Jacob, for a second.
Oh
Because it
my
paused,
God.
and I heard your
heard
voice,
so
and I was like,
much about
excuse me?
you.
You have?
Yeah, why?
I have. Oh my God. I'm so glad to finally meet you. Oh, right.
I'm sorry, are we missing an entire character backstory? I mean, it's fine if we are, because that raises mystery, but we haven't had any indications that even is a mystery to begin with so far.
I'll help you find your dorm. What's its number?
Oh, Well, it's room 349.
Oh my god, we're roommates!
Oh my course!
What did I say?
And
What
they
did I
were
say?
roommates, guys! And they were roommates!
What did I say? Psychic powers strike again.
Oh, great.
She
Hey,
seems
Jacob, do you watch the videos?
Just saying, look at knock off Haley. Here is just so done with this girl already for some reason. She's
Jacob,
just like, great. I don't care about you.
Do you watch the videos you review before you review them?
No.
I think you know the answer to that already.
You know,
Follow me! I'll bring you to our dorm!
You do this a little too often.
Well, yeah, he's psychic. He predicts things IRL and online. He has predicted a lot of stuff, especially using the mutant girl for some reason.
Yeah, the mutant girl is the Gacha version of The Simpsons at this point. Like, people won't know this, but behind the scenes, sometimes there'll be a conversation or an event that happens, and then that someone will be talking about, and then I will just like go back to one of the scripts, find the specific section, and then post that as an image and say, "Yep, here it is." There you go.
The mutant girl is the modern day Oracle. It's just that no one knows to look for it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Simpsons, obviously, the whole like Simpsons prediction thing happens because again they've done virtually everything, so they're going to end up getting some things right.
Over 30 years, so of course they predicted things.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying once again. And again, because the Mutant Girl longest running Gacha series, if any Gacha series is gonna go through that trend, it's gonna be the Mutant Girl. So yeah, I kind of want to adopt. Is it possible to unofficially adopt?
You have adopted a lot of characters.
Fairly certain.
I mean, Darcy does seem pretty sweet. I'm gonna be honest. I would adopt her too.
Save her from this mess of the series.
Why is she laughing?
Because Darcy said something. Darcy had her mouth open. She was saying something, and then April laughed as a result. That's what happened.
Okay, wait. How nice is this room? Jeez, this is a very nice room. Also, is there like fairy lights on the ceiling? Because that's really cool.
Looks like it. They shouldn't be on during the day, but that's just background stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is beautiful. I thought it was just going to be a small room with some bunk beds. That's it.
You're so silly. Tom County is just some boring old college, you silly goose. Also, I really hope you don't mind, but I already
Nope, apparently it isn't.
claimed my room, so you can have the other one.
Also, I guess that's confirmed that this is a college. I guess I was wrong about the tuition fees thing before.
Also, what do you mean you can have the other one? I don't think you're allowed to just hand over a room like that.
No, well, no, no. There's probably two separate bedrooms, and she's saying you can have. She already claimed hers, so you.
Oh, okay.
We get
they're dorm mates, although their dorm is a studio apartment.
Yeah, why is there? Okay, most dorms aren't studio apartments, even at like high quality colleges. They're not normally studio apartments, but okay.
Okay. I once again ask, what is your point here? Because it does happen. I had a studio apartment for the entire time that I was at university for.
Wait, what? Excuse me? That's so cool.
Why do you think I was able to stream at 10 at night?
Oh.
With no one interrupted? Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, you live in the UK, which is objectively better than the United States. So.
Okay.
Like,
once
I would
again,
say
the point
objectively better.
very possible.
But I would say objectively better. But I've heard the food isn't great.
American food's also very terrible. So
yeah, it's not amazing.
It's not that great either. So
I mean, if you're not fond of British food, which most people are not, then find a restaurant that does different things or order for them.
I like Italian food. So
there's
like
many solutions to that problem.
You know, like that one
Also,
really fancy McDonald's Jacob used to live near for some reason.
What?
The one really fancy McDonald's they used to live near for some reason.
I think you mean like the Five Guys that was.
No, it was definitely McDonald's.
That I went to occasionally.
Yeah, no, it was definitely McDonald's because I remember seeing the building.
2? That's
I didn't film out my window at any point.
Yeah, that'd be dangerous to be like,
TikTok.
hey guys, here's my exact location.
No, this was, I think, before TikTok, and no, you didn't film out your window.
If it was before TikTok, then I wouldn't have been at university yet, so you wouldn't have seen a McDonald's.
No, before your TikTok.
I repeat what I said.
Okay, let's keep going, please.
insane.
I know, right? Well, hun, you better get unpacking because new students supposed to be in the auditorium in 10 minutes. Apparently they're going to talk about the school works or something like that. I really...
Okay, we have the first bad line read from Darcy, unfortunately, because again, you've got a paragraph, you're trying to rush through it as quickly as possible, you gotta relax. In fact, just do it in bursts. I had to do a video about like the...
To be fair, paragraphs are scary to read, I'm gonna be honest.
So then don't do them all at once then. Take a break or something.
Or just treat them like monologues.
That too.
But, yeah.
Oh, I better get going. I'll unpack later. Bye.
Wait! Oh, you were so silly, April. Do you even know where the auditorium is?
Oh, right. Could you show me where...
This would have worked way better if she actually started rushing off and then she had to like reach out or something or like call out anything.
that is then?
Yeah.
Of course, you silly goose.
It's just the polar opposite best friends thing, the sun, the moon, apparently.
That's fair. Then. I like that.
Thank you, Darcy.
Oh, we had a missing frame for a second there.
You are so welcome. You see, it's amazing to have a roommate. Everyone always refuses to have one with me.
Ooh.
Dang.
Oh, so you have been here before. Okay.
So that's not a bad line read. That's just bad writing there. I don't like the way that's structured. What do you mean? It's so great you see, but it, like the you see there fell out of place.
What? That's just rude. But
I mean, she could snore or be a terrible roommate. I mean, some people aren't good roommates.
But people would have to have already accepted and already known what kind of roommate she is in order to refuse, right? If under those circumstances.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. Hey, do you know why we're here?
I have no idea.
It's probably okay. Why are you like, oh, why are we here? Because you just started going to the school and they gotta tell you probably the rules and what it's like going here, some of the expectations, basic stuff when you go to a new school.
This is true. They did just get through their auditions yesterday.
Probably wondering why you're all here and not in class. Well, the reason is in 3 days.
Well, the reason is you just got to your dorm rooms right now, and so you wouldn't have had time to get to class.
You will be presenting your talent in front of the whole school.
Why?
I ask? Well, I want to make sure everyone here is capable enough.
There you go. Didn't you ask?
To do so.
Wait,
then
what do you mean?
That during the audition.
It was during the why do the auditions if you're gonna make them do the auditions, accept them, but then make them basically re-audition in front of everyone. Like, what's the point? You just repeated a step unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Why not have the auditions be a public thing and have it be in front of the school? I don't know.
I like seeing
the one thing I don't like about Audition Nova.
Looks this cocky.
This reminds me of the one thing that I don't like about Audition Nova, which is the whole like competition, which just, they know they're calling the students to stay inside if they don't reach a certain quota, after not teaching them anything. That's the one aspect of that series where I'm like, yeah, this is not fair on them.
Oh wait, you don't have 1,000 subscribers? Wow, get out of our school. I know you're in our school now, but get out of our school.
Oh, this is like that. That's like that one content creator series that AFMAO did. It had like the bobbleheads that I didn't like.
Yes, that's Nova.
Yes, the one that I just
Oh, I didn't even hear you say the title.
What?
Like, meanwhile, yeah, when it comes to this feels very Ultra Nova-esque.
It feels like Ultranova, but worse. Like, I mean,
It's still,
I'm neutral
still
on
getting-
Ultranova, but like, come on, this is like Ultranova,
I'm
but
still
ultra
getting-
bad.
Yeah, I'm still getting more Victorious or Ant Farm vibes, but because Ultranova is more like, you know, your chosen career path within like one particular field, and you decide which branch you want to actually develop. But yeah, in this case, like, yeah, you already have the talent to begin with coming in here. I see why.
Definitely. I was scared to sing in front of the principal. How am I gonna do it in front of the whole
Wait,
school?
let me get this straight. You're a singer, but you're scared to sing in front of people, and you're going to school to learn how to sing.
It's called stage fright. A lot of people have it.
I know, but like, if you want to be a singer, you got to actively work on your stage fright before you do, you know, that. Like, what if you have to sing in front of a class? Are you gonna just freeze up and not be able to sing in front of them? Because that may be required.
We're about to find out. I guess we're about to find out.
Feels like this is a good time to do it.
Yeah. What's your talent?
Oh, I'm a musician. My name's Arya, by the way.
Oh, you're fine at touching her. You're fine at touching her, but not Darcy? Wow. That was rude.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, admittedly.
What's wrong with Darcy? Darcy is sweet. I mean, I'm sure this girl's alright. But really? Ugh. Rude.
Yeah, also, of course, a musician is called Aria. If people don't know, an aria is a specific type of song in an opera. I think it's usually a solo one. So, you got to have a name that's on brand, I guess.
Oh, that's cool. I'm April.
It beats Baby, Sugar, and whatever else was in My Passion.
Spice, sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Hey, I know we just met, but since I'm a singer and you're a musician, do you want to create a song together?
You just met and you're like, hey, you want to make a song right now? Like, you don't know if I can sing that well or not.
She's a musician. I think what she's saying as a musician, she plays some stuff, and therefore the implication in a talent academy is that everyone can perform their chosen talent.
Well, then why do you need to perform it in front of the whole school to begin with?
To nurture it. But yeah, like, admittedly, again, this should have been part of the audition process, like a larger panel or something, or gauge people's nerves to begin with. But actually having to do a project or something, usually this would come in a little later down the line.
Yeah, normally it's not like an episode 2, episode 3 thing, not an episode 1 thing after two characters literally just met.
Yeah, but either so it would still happen. It's a bit awkwardly placed, but this is very much a thing that happens all the time and makes sense.
I just think it should have been placed a lot later down, or like slightly later down the line, or at least at the very end of the episode they talk about it instead of just as soon as they meet. Because it feels a little bit forward.
This other
like, this also implies that they're close enough to share auditions, basically.
Either that or that there is an option to collab on something that the principal did not really divulge because he only really said one sentence.
I would love to.
I love this. Already a love confession to Arya. Wow.
Times 324.
Oh, we're not that far from each other. I'll meet you at your dorm after our classes are done. Then we create our song.
Sounds great.
Okay, so my first class is songwriting. Fun.
Oh, that's going to help you out with the exact thing you need. Open up your invisible door. Go on inside. Yep.
Oh, you must be Abe. Please take a seat over there.
Why are you like, oh my god.
Thank you.
Yeah, was she supposed to be late? Because it doesn't seem like that.
All right, class.
Okay, we got access back. That's good.
Is on how to make a great song.
I'm surprised that they had like a panning shot of the students, but not one of April actually sitting down.
Mia, can you please pick 3 words for me?
She's in my class.
Bless you.
Really?
Oh, I just realized the blur is like knocked off. It's not like a separate layer.
Oh, God.
She's actually, bless you. She's actually just she's actually just on as like a separate part there. It's been masked or something.
No, it's just an effect. It's just an effect because if you see the boy in the background,
I know, but it's how the effect is applied that I'm interested in. I know it's an effect, obviously.
Of course. Let me think. My 3 words are weirdos, bad, and interesting.
Okay.
Okay, you can make a note of that. Use those 3 words from a sentence. For example, you guys are interesting weirdos. Bad and good, I guess. So that's
What?
You guys are interesting weirdos. Bad and good, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that you have to like apply that to some sort of to a meter. I guess you can sort of go from there. And, like,
Bad
something else.
weirdos got a good weird. I don't
You
know.
guys are interesting weirdos, bad and good, I guess. I don't know this meter, but I try nonetheless. Okay, it does still work.
Well, yeah, but you have a good musical talent.
Like the people in the video, apparently, allegedly.
Talk about the emotions and songs that you create.
Allegedly.
But for now, pick 3 words, write it on a piece of paper, make it into a sentence, and hand it in.
I actually had
Wait,
this
what
idea.
is this, kindergarten? Pick 3 words and write a sentence and send it in.
Send it in. Wait, is she gonna stitch these all together? Ooh, that's actually...
That would be clever. But
Actually-
I don't think that's what she's gonna
Yeah,
do.
actually, I did have that happen to me once. It was that BB, get ready for another theater story from the exact same theater group that I was in from the. Oh wait, you missed it. But yeah, we did like a Chopin week at one point, so we had to actually write a song about Chopin specifically. So we like, to the tune of like one of his piano pieces. So the instructor started us off, and then we all like had to offer suggestions, but it was like a group, like a circle of people. It did turn out to be that mostly the same people were offering a couple of suggestions, and one kid may or may not have offered like half of them because no one else was saying anything. That may not have been me. But so I do get this idea of like trying to create something together all as an entire group. Surprised to see it again in this age group reference.
I got this. Just think of 3 words that pop inside your head.
Oh, so
Faded, light, and the. Okay, now it's...
The light has faded. Easy.
The light is faded.
That's pretty close. Come on. Ghostie, are you okay? Are you okay, Ghostie?
I'm so bored.
I actually do enjoy like the idea of like this like class, because again, we're actually in a class, we're actually learning something. I
like the idea of us being in class, but all of the voice actors are so monotone and unconvincing.
Hey, man,
that
yes.
everything's just dragging.
Well, you know, we sound like that in, well, I say we. I don't know what you're like in class. I'm like that in class.
It's unfortunate it does sound like that in real school. I remember when we were reading in English literature, and the only people who were actually putting like emotion into their performances for a comedy, bear in mind, we were supposed to be reading a comedy, and people actually trying to put a performance on were the ones who also did acting.
You see, whenever we get into debates, well, even that's kind of a hit or miss. Whenever we do reading scripts and stuff, those are the few times that I'm not monotone. Any other time, I do sound like like I'm doing a really bad read of a line, because I just don't want to be there, you know.
You got bribed. We understand.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying, hey, that's a problem with the class, and that's not just a problem with the class. That it's a thing with every voice actor so far, except for one eccentric voice actor person.
I agree. Yeah.
Everyone sounds like they're dying inside, and I hate it.
Except for bow hair.
Mm-hmm.
Except for bow hair.
Except for Darcy. That was some good casting there. Arya does have her moments too, admittedly. Yeah, everyone else kind of needs to, you know, either they need to pick up, or the director needs to pick up and actually give them more of an input.
That's true, and it's, again, I feel like, I guess we're really going to the root of it. I feel like we do this a lot whenever we do these reviews. It's not that these aren't like fixable problem. Like, it's not a tech issue. It's just someone needs to pull their weight a little more.
I feel like CDog VA, because CDog VA used to do these videos like reviewing bad voice acting, and a lot of the time would say this is an issue on the director's part, not necessarily the voice actors themselves. Most of the time, it was more reviewing bad voice direction for the most of those videos, but that's not as catchy as a title, so I understand why it was called that.
Yeah, and I mean, and even really a bad voice actor really shouldn't have even gotten this far. Like, they should have been found out sooner. So even if you're a terrible VA, as easy as it is, and even I've done this a few times, but like it's easy to blame them when it's like, you know, but who put them in a position they weren't ready for yet, though? Like, is it their fault or is it the person who brought them in?
Yeah.
Like, what should happen in those situations is either A, they learn on the job and they have like a coach prior to these, or you
That's
say
with most mutants in Go Cast.
Yeah. Or you say, sorry, you didn't get the part, and then maybe give a reason why, and be like, hey, work on this. Maybe come back during the next casting call or any other casting calls. Keep this in mind. We'll see how you do next time. Just call it a day there. Find someone else.
Yeah. I just remember what this reminds me of. YouTube Academy. It's a series by someone called Angel Edits, if I remember correctly. I've heard of YouTuber Academy. I think that pops up in my recommended sometimes. I forget to put it on the list. Most Academy stories are the same. Yeah, as
like, that's because the Academy story structure is so linear and well trodden that it's hard to essentially mix it up.
Yeah, it's interesting because like a lot of the gacha tropes that you have, I mean, people still sometimes use the same titles as other stuff. You know, like, you know, you have your hated shells, everything in the skies, etc., etc. Most of the time now, people have clocked on to using those things as templates. So you'll have now the blank in an all blank school, or blank academy, for example.
Yeah.
And people seem to have. So we are getting slightly more original every time. People are realizing, okay, I need to put
the alpha in an all-werewolf school.
Something to that effect, yes. Yeah.
Well,
originally, of course, it was girl and all boys school, but then it became there you go, an all alpha school, all blank.
The human in all alpha school.
Yeah,
exactly. That's how it evolved.
It's no, I would agree. OSP.
It spices stuff up. Add a flashback to an earthquake and never say where it came from. That's my advice for an Academy story.
So OSP, overly sarcastic productions. I think everyone here knows that. I don't know about chat.
I mentioned them previously.
I sent Jacob that same video.
Yeah, and I mentioned this in this stream.
Yeah, there's a video titled, well, it's about the super school trope, and they said exactly what you said, Jacob, which is like, you know what you're getting into, right? It's always sort of the same beats, but it always comes with like those pros, which, you know, Red pointed out, like, well, you know, you have like a set of cast of characters, you have a reason for them to be there, you have set motivations that you can make kind of just fit whatever, right? It's like, it comes with pros. The problem is that it's always kind of the same story reskinned.
Yeah, but I think I also did say that that one of the things I was looking forward to was, again, seeing something like how the class operates, because in super schools, the classes, Red does say that the classes can get a little bit boring depending on like how you execute them. Because if a premise for super school is something, you know, is something interesting enough, then you can make the classes interesting enough. And that's why I think it's supposed to be happening here. We actually do get a lesson in how a song could be crafted, and depending on how the rest of it goes, that may or may not end up being a good thing after all. We'll see.
No, and I think a lot of it is also the subject can be really boring every time, and you can still negate the viewer being bored by just simple writing alone. Like, and that's not a super school exclusive thing, right? They'd say school trope period thing, right? in Boy Meets World, for instance, and I'm thinking this just because Shori and I have been watching Boy Meets World together lately. And I had the same thought back then, but it's coming back to me now, which is like the subjects Mr. Feeney is talking about, I just don't care. However, well, because it's real school topics, you know, and he's saying accurate things for the most part. So it's like, However, Mr. Feeney on his own, not even counting for his banter with the other kids, Mr. Feeney alone is so well written that I have to feel inclined to listen.
It's like the Mrs. Dysart thing.
I mean, yeah, we do. Yeah, we try that on Mrs. Dysart too. Yeah. Like make her at least as interesting as possible. The crazy voice again, that was purely Natasha, but everything else, like actual rising eccentricity, that was supposed to be there to distinguish her. I've seen people do Subi. Oh, hold on. I believe Yami appears as a teacher episode YouTube Academy. Oh, now I have to see this. I got to see if Yami actually does something correctly for once.
No.
Yami, after saying the lines, he's like, "Oh, I can't believe I just said a line."
I mean, she does have the demeanor of a kindergarten teacher anyway, so I guess it's accurate casting from what I can tell. But again, we'll put that on the list. I think we'll do superhero story, the Academy stories, but we'll do a villain Academy story. And apparently, Prism says that I think I have, but I've discontinued. Can't remember the name. That's a shame.
I think a villain academy sounds cool.
Yeah, I can teach you how to be villains.
I did not expect that. That's such a deep cut. Where did that come from?
You know what? I want to look into seeing if there's any villain academy stories, but if there isn't, honestly, I'd be totally interested in doing a whole villain academy.
No, I still think we need a villain pops.
I mean, well, yeah, evil pops, evil majesty. It would be fun. Fun times.
Well, there already is an evil version of Evil Majesty running around in the Pops verse.
Well, yeah, Nurse Chaos. That was from, I think, from the source material.
You know, it sounds like it's perfect spin-off material. You know, just recycle the character.
Can resurrect people?
I would love to see Dr. Ruin become a principal in I know that in canon he ends up getting cured eventually, but like
sure to
I just like to think
evil?
Like yes. Oh yes, hello everyone. I am Principal Ruin or Principal Kittens, depending on where we are on the timeline.
Wait. I got a question though. Was he originally good but then got corrupted to be evil? Or was okay, that's not bad, because like I thought it was one of the cases where he chose to be evil, but then some heroes were like, I know, let's make him good, and then forced him to be good using some magical powers or something like that. It's like, that's still wrong. You can't mind control people to be good, like you can't mind control a good person to be bad. You can't mind control anyone to be different. I go over the morality of mind controlling people, regardless of your intentions. I don't care what your intentions are. Do not mind control people to be different than they actually are.
That's one of those like superhero stories that you want to write with like a moral, which is like that's one of those like does the means justify the ends sort of story, which is like you are making a better person, but A, better by whose standards, and B, is that even the same person, or did you just kill a man regardless? You just,
I mean, all you really have to do is get a bunch of people together, perform a ritual, give the person pursuing you a soul, and have them regret their existence for eternity.
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god.
But
if they ever feel a moment of true happiness, they lose that soul and become evil again.
There's a similar thing and I forget the game, but it's a game that Cherry and I have Cherry played and Short and I watched him play. It's a death game sort of trope thing.
Like
but it's inspired by Danganronpa though. And one of the big things is that there's humanoid robots there, and they all serve a certain purpose. And there's one that's like super sadistic, and they're just kind of programmed to be that way. They do their thing, right? And then they get defeated, or like try to redeem themselves. I don't remember, but the way they fix that is you then get a scene later where she wakes up and she's like, I won't fail you again. I'm going to go do my job. And he's like, no, I know what stopped you. You don't know how they're thinking or whatever because, you know, you can't think beyond just the simple, like, kill whatever. And so he's like, so I'm going to do this. And for a brief moment, she's finally begging for mercy because what he's doing is he's giving her a form of sentience. So that way she suddenly remembers all of the terrible things she's done.
That sounds horrible.
Except now she actually feels the remorse.
I failed you once, and I will fail again.
So basically, they pull a Darla.
Similar, yeah. There's...
Yes.
I won't go into detail on this one because I want to save this for a review later, but there's a similar thing in the musical thing that I wanted to show you, Jacob. Well, the Butter Bunch in general.
Okay. Imagine a story where it starts, I think it's a superhero academy story, it turns out to be villain academy. That would be a secret for long, though, would it? Just based on, like, what they would have to learn to do and how they would learn to it. I guess, like, using your powers or something, you could try the twist that way. I would just say when it was out of the gate, because that would draw more people in as a concept.
Also, you could try going with the normal heroic shonen anime tropes of like the main character getting ready and being like, "Oh, I'm so excited to go to school at academy with unassuming but not overtly evil name."
Yeah, so this is back to the twisting. So yeah, okay. If you go the twist method, then that's how. Yeah.
Okay, so instead of Villain Academy as a name, what if you went with Antagonist Academy alliteration?
That's still on the nose.
Okay, so those for the audience. You can say it's called something else in canon. It's like Alpha Witch Academy is not called Alpha Witch Academy, for example.
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah.
No, that's stupid. Light is the faded? Okay, that's even
You got it right the first time.
more dumb sounding.
The light is
what
fading.
About in the faded light? I like that.
But the word was faded.
I'm faded! Oh my god, wait, are they gonna play that song? Are they gonna play the song Faded? Oh, that's what they're gonna play! Oh my god, I just realized that. I'm faded. Oh, they're playing that song.
Does it talk about like the light?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that song does have lyrics about the light. Something about moving away from the light, you know, you're faded.
Might be onto something.
Yeah, I think they're going with that. It's like, crap, I forget who wrote it. Her last name's Walker. It's like Anna Walker. I don't know.
Not important.
First day of school. You can do whatever you want in your free time. Actually, April.
Oh my god, you just wrote 3 words on a thing. Class is over. Jeez.
Yeah, now back into my least favorite execution classes.
Oh, sure.
Alright, so I know that you have to perform your talent in front of the school in a couple days.
Do all of the teachers just have headsets at all times?
Yeah, I don't know. Who's in their ear at all times? Jesus.
I was wondering if
who are they talking to?
You're gonna write a song.
Oh, I am. I made a friend in the auditorium. We're gonna create a song together and perform it.
That's wonderful, making friends on the first day of school. She's a musician, am I correct?
Yep.
She's a musician. Okay, so alright, so not only do we have a situation where there was no direction, but clearly only one take was ever done of any of these lines.
There's a line.
That's the second flubbed line. Yeah, that's the second flubbed line.
No, here's the thing though, with that line flub, you could easily cut out the musician, you know, the musician. You could easily cut out that one line flub, like the part of that line, and then, you know.
It could, yes. I was more focusing on the fact that it was there to begin with, which means that, again, only one... I mean, it is complicated sometimes when voice actors only send you one take, because they're setting themselves up to be more likely to have to be called back to other directions. Again, if you don't even do that to begin with, just adding more recipes for disaster here.
Awesome. Can't wait to see your performance.
No pressure.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess... Yeah, can't wait to see your performance. I guess I've taught you all that I know.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Outline black shirt.
We've already talked about the outline black every other time it's appeared.
I know, but, like, and the logo is outlined black, so part of the logo is also missing. Oh god.
Have I ever heard of FNAF High School? No, but I still want to make that spin-off where one of the possessed kids ends up going back to school as an animatronic after the FNAF disaster gets cleared. I want to see that
FNAF
spin-off.
disaster.
Oh wait,
Well,
have
the
you?
FNAF disaster that kid was involved in. I'll put it that way.
That's fair.
By the way, this is something you could maybe watch on stream one day. But there is this thing on YouTube Shorts. Okay, so you know Duolingo, right? Big green bird. Yes, great. Yeah, so basically, Duolingo has like this other character named Lily. Basically, she's like this girl with purple hair and in a mascot suit. But they made a whole series using shorts, like a 9-episode mini series called "Living with Lily." It's like a spin-off thing, and I think you'd find it very interesting. They're like 1 minute each episode. It's like "Living with Lily." I don't know. It's really interesting. You should check it out. Maybe on stream.
Meanwhile, there's a Ghost Kitty in the comments of the stream asking how we're all feeling.
I feel like I'm dying right now because I'm sick, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Like Aiden's sick. I'm bored. Jacob, how you feeling?
Surprisingly, I was feeling more hungry earlier than I thought I would be by this point. I guess
I guess to show ruined your appetite.
You're just being well fed. That's what's happening here.
Apparently. I guess a class about songwriting is enough to sustain me for a bit.
The music, it feeds you for eternity. That's the secret to immortality.
Also, apparently FNAF High School is an ish. I would not have expected that, considering that the title is FNAF High School, which are English words. But okay, fine, fair enough.
Next up for the race.
I'll go.
All right, who's gonna race Matthew?
Is that a weird pause?
How about Chloe?
Oh, I'm okay. Thanks.
I guess we're just have a different cast entirely now.
Yeah, the main character wasn't even here. Dang.
I mean, it is good to show off the different talents that people have in school. We did see Chloe briefly in the first scene when April was going through the different talents you would have at this school. But I would have thought that she would have Chloe at this point, considering if she's meant to be a main character, it seems weird to just like start her off at this point when we've been following one person this entire time. It feels jarring to transition now. If it was set up as if like, oh, we're following multiple different characters as the protagonists, so we're getting the different focuses until they all eventually meet up, then that's fine. But we are about two-thirds of this way through this video, changing perspectives now for some reason.
Chloe, I know this is your first day, but that doesn't mean you can slack off.
All right, fine.
Maybe she's just not athletic. Jeez.
Then why is she the athletic section of a talent school?
Maybe
might be mandatory.
It's probably just a mandatory gym class, being like, oh, you gotta do mandatory physical activity.
If that were the case, then the other characters would be here as well.
No.
Not if they have different periods.
There's different periods, dude. There's not just a single
period. Which would be even more jarring if we're ending up transitioning for that reason, and not because it just so happens that Chloe's talent is something entirely different, which is the actual reason in universe why, or out of universe, why the two have not coincided yet.
You're going down.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, got a little close to your mic there.
Yeah, that's true. Is that meant to be a school logo on their shirts? I mean, I would presume so.
It seems
Whoever
consistent
goes
enough.
down the track first wins. On your mark, get set, go.
You're getting tired, huh?
This is giving me running with you flashbacks. I'm getting running with you flashbacks. Oh god.
I tell you, I'm getting popular flashbacks because we actually see 50% of the track.
Go away.
Okay, I take it back. Running with you.
All right, Matthew, great job. Chloe, we're so close. Great job too. We'll do some more training tomorrow.
Maybe you'll win next time,
Oh,
Shorty.
wait, there was. Wait, oh.
Shorty?
Shorty's here? I didn't know Shorty was here. Since when is Shorty blonde?
Hi, Gulpy.
Shorty used to be blonde, actually.
Yeah, wait. What do you mean? Since when? Wait, you knew him whenever he's blonde.
I thought he's like naturally brown hair though.
It doesn't matter. He does his hair all the time.
I don't know. His hair's naturally red. We just happened to meet when he had it dyed blonde by coincidence.
God, I want to dye my hair again. That's what I want to
do. Okay, fair enough. Maybe that will.
I want to dye my hair red. I want to be a ginger. Okay, I know I basically have no soul already, so why not look the part?
Did I tell you that the actor who played Jasper in the live-action Siren story actually dyed his hair red to match the character? He matched your design in real life.
Yes.
What did you
Anyways, apparently we have Quadzi and Shorty in the same series.
just call me?
Relax.
What did you just call me? My God. Again, it's an actual question. What did you just call me? Like a bit of a bit more defiance or something. It's an easy fix if direction is applied. But then again, also should have been obvious based on the context of the line. Unless they're
not giving context to some lines.
Unless the only
I know some people who send out lines don't give context. I personally just kind of hand out the whole script, for at least the whole episode script, just because you know it gives you context. Because I feel like as a voice actor, I mean, if provided like the lines around your line, you should read them just to know the context of your lines, because that could change how you deliver your lines.
I mean, as an actor as well, that in general, a lot of it's common advice to give to read either the entire script or at least at the very least the entire scene that you're presented with, so you get the full context. Not just it doesn't sound like you're just reading, which is what most people seem to be doing at this point. But yeah, it is entirely possible that they were just given like random lines without saying like, oh, this is what they're actually meant for. Possibly even without the emotions. That's happened before. Siren story. What's that? Oh, it was the Gacha musical that Aiden and I started writing in response to the Music Freaks when it first came out. Because remember when I first said my major complaint with Music Freaks and like how that was formatted? I was gonna do this is how I would do an actual musical in Gacha. We didn't end up producing it, but when it came time to do the end of year performance at university for me, and people saying, "Oh, you can write something new." I always wanted to do a musical in real life as well. The script was half finished, so I was like, "Hey, I had to have this musical idea." Just ignore the fact that it has camera angles listed in the description. I actually did change the script to match the stage. I'm just joking there. But yeah, so it became, instead of becoming a Gacha musical, it became a traditional musical.
Which we still need the official cut of.
We do need, I never got sent that.
I want to watch it. Like, for God, Jacob sent me, I think, one or two of the practice runs of one of the songs, and it was so cool.
I sent like the first rehearsal of one of the songs in it.
It was impressive. I love musicals.
If we weren't gonna do the Gacha version of it, and we aren't gonna get the stage version of it, can we just release the demos for the songs?
Oh no, the Gacha version will come out eventually. We just need to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, yes, because again, we have like a bunch of other.
We have a bunch on the list to do, but it will happen eventually.
That's one of my most anticipated Butterverse releases that's been announced for ages and then just never came to fruition.
Oh, maybe next year if people are really quick with their contributions to the Muse and Go remake, then maybe I'll have the time as well to go into that.
All right, animators. I know I know we're in a big, thing about you guys being overworked and all that, but
I also meant the voice actors, because that was also a thing that we tend to have to wait for lines as well.
Actors, I know you just went on a strike and all that, but
Oh my goodness. They know that I'm not going to replace them with AI at least. Also,
More when it
curious-
gets to, we just like put Nova's voice through a thing, through a synthesizer, and synthesize AI Morwenna. Be like, hey Nova, guess what? You're fired. We have AI Morwenna now.
More than I.
awful. Yes.
Kidding. That'd be horrible.
Yeah. Also, just curious. What is a siren for? I know there are apparently like evil myths, but is that actually true? Short answer is in the Butterverse. The answer is yes. In Greek mythology, I actually found out after writing the musical that apparently they were actually bird creatures that would sing to.
We
to
can
citizens or
change
come
it.
in.
We haven't made the animations yet. I think. Wait.
yeah.
Oh wait. No, we showed sirens and fallen angels, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes, and we
Dang
and actually I have in fact got some of them. I did lose a couple of scenes in the Great Hard Drive disaster. A lot of the siren story stuff was
To be
actually in
fair, there could be multiple. Maybe there could be like different creatures, both named sirens. Technically.
Oh, that's real convoluted though.
Are you implying we should change the musical to now be about like the
No, I mean no. What I'm saying though is saying like yes, the sirens in Siren Story and Fallen Angels are a thing, but there's also another version of sirens made by someone else.
Okay,
that
maybe.
are like bird.
You see why this is? We see why this is not the short answer, Ghost Kitty.
I don't know. That sounds real convoluted. We could have just given.
It's a Butterverse. What in it isn't borderline convoluted at all times?
Timeline.
The timeline is convoluted as well. God.
Well, I mean,
There's
I keep it mostly in track. I do need to update it at the end of the year. It's a little bit outdated, but most.
But if
Yeah,
well,
it
okay.
makes it a popular vibe.
Oh God.
Except that I didn't turn Darius into a raging flirt.
Darius, well, hey, Darius
also-
flirted a little bit. Well,
He did, but he's like more of like the sweet guy who does
yeah, he
occasionally
blushed
flirt.
a lot. It was mostly the other, right? Nathan, was that his name?
Yes.
Nathan also wasn't much of a flirt.
Well,
was like
Nathan
awkward.
was a lot more upfront than Darius was.
Also, these two characters have more chemistry and emotion than the rest of the cast. Can they be the new main characters, please?
You know, it's interesting when you have one scene where people actually convey more character than the person who actually like narrated their entire life. I guess we've just seen the characterization for April and so many other protagonists of these kind of shows that it feels more samey. Then again, we've seen Darcy as well, but we're going after her.
I will say the Greatest Desires thing I don't think is part of the original myth.
Background music for a song. How's the lyrics going?
I think they just have like hypnosis powers before the superhero existed.
I only wrote 3 words. The song is so complicated.
Okay, what?
Oh, the laptop vanished. Oh, there's.
Oh, it's the good voice actor.
Hi, April.
Yep.
Aw, and who's this cutie?
This is my friend Arya. Arya, this is my roommate Darcy.
So the most
Like, I
stereotypical
just
thing for
noticed-
like a non-first year to say to somebody is like, "Oh, who's this cutie? Who's this baby who's entered our school?"
Who's this adorable little baby thing?
Little freshman, yeah.
Or maybe she just has a
Exactly.
crush on this girl. Be like, oh, who's this cutie that I want to marry?
I mean, based on the delivery, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
because,
okay.
and because it's Darcy, I'm willing to trust the delivery that's been given.
Okay, because like I don't trust after deliveries from these VAs.
Nice to meet you.
Aw, it's so.
Oh,
Okay, you did actually. Oh yeah, Ghost Kitty said before that as soon as that when Ghostie's webcam goes off.
What are you two up to?
No, like, nothing against this, but I'm bored, and it hasn't... Like, I get it. Stock school plots are stock school plots. But, as opposed to Dual Academy, which is at least using the premise well, nothing interesting has happened yet.
Writing a song for our stupid new student.
Yeah, I was looking forward to a bit more in terms of the songwriting and like how they've actually crafted those together. You know,
Yeah,
not because
that's
of
what I was
any
looking-
personal bias about the craft of songs or anything, but yeah.
Performances. Oh, well, either way, I'm sure it'll turn out great.
Wait, hey Darcy, what's your talent?
Oh, did I never tell you that? Aw, that's
Please say
so
design.
silly of me. Well, anyhow, I am a writer.
Oh, okay.
Do you know how to write a song?
Oh, yeah, I really have no clue. I am so sorry. Also, I'm also really sorry because I was actually just gonna go grab something to eat. So, bye guys.
It sounds like Darcy tried to write a song before, and it turned out like the first episode of Austin and Ally. This is my song, something sing along, song, 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 song.
Sorry again, and well, good luck.
Okay. Have fun?
Anyways, just write about how you're feeling. I have a friend named Michael. He's a dancer, and he knows how to feel emotions through music. So he might be able to help you.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say like, let's write about my friend Michael, in which case gonna be like, I and as Michael.
Okay. Do you know where he is?
He might be practicing his dance skills in the dance studio. If he's not there, then maybe just wait until tomorrow.
Awesome.
Or can go back to what we were saying before and actually think of a theme, a subject for this song, maybe a musical genre, you know, any of the basic principles behind actually making this thing. I don't know, actually, potentially, you, Aria, should be writing like an instrumental or something that can sometimes incentivize and like drive like the mood and like everything to do with the song based on the music. It depends, because some people start with the words, and some people will start with the backing track. It depends on the process, but if the person who's doing the lyrics is stuck, then the other person doing the backing track probably should step on like, hey, I maybe have these samples of what we could do, or how about this type of genre or something? I can get these instruments. I don't know, musician stuff. I did actually collab with somebody on a song from the music department when I was at drama school. I did the lyrics. It was based on a piano track, but also on like the she had like an idea of what the lyrics were going to be, like a da 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 da, and then I ran with that concept and used that meter to like think of the words, and like it really helped us like also know what she was like going through what to do with the song. Again, all of that process before we actually got to the final idea, and then we just cranked it out in basically just one single session. So, yeah, don't have to overthink it too much.
Do you know where the dance studio is?
Go all the way down the hallway, turn right, and it should be
Gosh,
there.
wrote the Wish soundtrack. I need to watch that because I've seen so many videos where people like saying that is awful, and I need to know just how bad it is.
There.
I will say I have heard a bit of the Wish soundtrack, and honestly, it's not that great because for what I've seen at least.
I was referring to the movie, but yes, the soundtrack too.
No, but like talking about the soundtrack, for what I've heard about the soundtrack, they just picked some random pop artist to make a soundtrack, which isn't bad normally, but instead of writing in the genre they're used to, for what I've seen, it looks like they're trying to replicate Lin-Manuel Miranda. They're trying to emulate his style, and it didn't work. And not to mention, a lot of the people singing weren't trained singers. Like Chris Pine voices the villain, and for what I know, he isn't like a trained professional singer. So what in the song itself wasn't written to compensate for his singing shortcomings, if that makes any sense. So without that compensation,
I'm guilty of that.
Without that compensation, it makes it not that great. Because like for what? Okay, so like in the Princess and
so Disney did exactly what I did with Mythical. Then good to know.
Yeah, but like with Princess and the Frog, for example, the villain song there, like for what I know, the actor who played the villain wasn't also a professional singer, but the songwriters were super smart and they found ways to compensate for any singing
Yeah.
shortcomings the actor had
Who
by
knows?
using
Maybe,
the
maybe
music.
they just got Jim Cummings again, and we just don't know. But that's his third time replacing a Disney villain.
Plus, to be fair, for the villain song to suck, that's kind of sad, because like the villain song could be one of the best, is one of the most memorable parts about like older Disney movies, because like it's like their moment to shine. They're so they're normally super dramatic, visual heavy. They're like it's really commanding, but like it didn't work.
All right, and that's all the details if that's more than just I needed, because I said I want to check this out for myself.
Listen, I can talk about stuff for hours.
I know that you can, but like every time I mention like a random tangent or something addressing a comment, I don't necessarily need to go into detail about the thing in question. Like every now and then, but not every single time I make a random thing, because that's the reason these streams are going
Look,
as long.
I'm not good at that, okay? I try, but I'm not good at it.
Bye, April.
Bye!
Like,
Of
Okay.
course, we have a typical Gacha song in the background here.
like it's a
And
typical.
on we go.
Speaking of typical Gacha songs, I just remembered something.
Yeah,
This is a series called Talent Academy,
it is.
and nobody has sung a song yet.
Which is fine in itself if you want to focus on other talents, but clearly they don't because of how the main characters are supposed to be. So yeah, I'm hoping we get to hear that song that she's written, and it's not just gonna be like next episode is like, oh, thank you for presenting this song. Okay, you two can sit down now. Next, please.
I'm faded. Oh God.
I'm
even
so
it's okay.
bored.
Even a jukebox musical. They're not my favorite things in the world, but I understand why they exist. Still nice to hear a song.
Laziness?
Not necessarily.
I have beef with juice box musicals, and granted, I'm not that heavy on Gacha musicals, because again, they're not big corporations. I go a bit harder when it comes to actual jukebox musicals.
That's
in
why
theaters.
you defend the music freaks so
Yeah. Listen, for example, what does DreamWorks need to make Trolls a jukebox musical? They can actually write a musical, because big corporations.
DreamWorks have a history of using pop songs for their. Think about what they did with Shrek.
Yeah, but listen,
all the Shreks.
I'm just well, to be fair, Shreks used their music really well. I don't think Trolls as a franchise uses the pop songs very well. They just
okay. It might be an execution issue in that case. Then I can't believe that I'm defending jukebox musicals of all people. Wow.
Yeah, look,
I guess Shrek is actually musical, but it does have song numbers. Like the very famous I Need a Hero one from Shrek 2.
Yeah,
like,
it's just the problem with certain jukebox musicals is they just take whatever popular songs exist, just have whatever actors in the movie are sing it, and then they don't really do anything. Like, I think Trolls 3, like, there's a musical moment towards the end where they combine a bunch of different songs together, and that works a lot better than just singing a song.
I think
sometimes
that's one of the reasons that Moulin Rouge end up getting so popular is because it uses its songs as like usually in a medley form. And I will also say, I think credit is due with the Music Freaks. The Music Freaks didn't just take popular songs. If anything, it made those songs popular because they were in the Music Freaks. So that's usually how it goes in that case, at least from what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, most Gacha musicals besides the Music Freaks do resort to just popular songs or very mainstream stuff.
And a lot of the same ones too. Yes, that is definitely the case.
Like, Ghost Kitty, it's not the fact that I need an emotional support llama plush. It's the fact that I'm sitting here bored out of my noggin. Because even though this is a school about talents, I was hoping to see something more.
Well, more
talented.
It's boring. Oh my god!
I wish you didn't add in the plush
hoping...
detail, Ghost Kitty. Every time you see you say emotional support llama, I headcanon that it is just an actual llama that you have sitting around, which is infinitely better than a plush.
A llama? He's supposed to be dead.
I would love it if we had like an Asdf movie style thing where someone's talking to a therapist about their innermost turmoils. Then it cuts to a wide shot and the therapist is just a llama. It's what do you think, doctor?
Next.
I hate
Like-
that you just have a llama sound in your back pocket, Jacob.
There
Hate that.
was a guy who hired an emotional support clown. Can we talk about the emotional support clown instead of watching the rest of this?
You know, no. Here's what someone could do. Imagine someone's like in a therapy session, and they're just talking, and they're just looking at the ceiling the whole time, talking about their issues and their fears and stuff. And then they look at their therapist, and it's just a clown. And they're like, and they scream because the whole reason they went to therapy is because they have trauma over clowns. They're like, clowns.
No, they start about their therapy. They start about their clown trauma in therapy, and then the session's over, and she's like, "Man, I think." Well, they're like, "I think we had a very, productive day. I think I know how to approach this going in the future." And then the next session, they show up in clown makeup.
The llama has like one red nose. Anyway.
Honk the nose like honk honk.
Exactly.
Also, every time I see the
animation
video,
Come on. Get better. Get better.
Yeah, that's what I say to your voice actor.
Hello?
Yeah,
Are
was
you Michael?
that a TTS?
That's what I say to all of the voice actors.
Oh no, well, sorry, text to speech. No, it wasn't text to speech, but I know why it sounds like that. Like I can tell humor does not practice.
Who are you? How long have you been
Okay,
there?
hey Jacob, can
Oh.
you repeat that? You sound like you're underwater. You said you know why they sound like that, and then
I said I know it's a human, but it doesn't sound like they practiced.
My name is April. Your friend Arya sent me here for you to teach me how to feel.
Actually, wait, there was somebody. Now that you mention it, there was somebody in the very fast intro that said voiced by no one at the moment. Maybe this is the no one person. Maybe it is a text to speech. I just have too much faith in humanity.
The music because you're a dancer, and I just got here. Why?
Oh, good. Also, Arya sent you?
Actually, that's like I feel like that's too many inflections for the average text to speech.
well, the average text to speech is changed from. I mean, like,
hello everyone, I am Purple Shep. Yeah, fair enough.
Well,
like
I
that's
can
what
teach you if
we
you'd
think
like.
of, but you gotta keep in mind at this point, where with the way technology's progressed, we're fossils in that regard. We now have AI that's getting scarily good at replicating actual voices. The big difference that it comes up with is emotion. It's really struggling with emotion right now.
Which matches this character, but then again, that also matches the rest of the cast except Darcy. So not really saying
It's
much.
perfectly camouflaged.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Thanks.
Oh my goodness, you sat down in
I
Caesar
got it.
on hardwood floor. Wow, you're brave.
On hardwood floor? Meanwhile, I was gonna say, I'm going to leave.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
My mind has been numbed.
Watch it get good the second Ghostie leaves and they have like a full like low musical number or something.
Was it the AI? Or well, I guess you know what? I'm gonna say text to speech. I don't know if this is AI. It could be just a new text to speech algorithm and not someone's voice scanned. Was it the TTS that broke Ghostie?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't sound like a VA or actor that I know. So I'm trying to give it
Today's the day. Are you ready for your performance?
Yep.
Oh.
All the lyrics thanks to you.
Okay, you finished the lyrics, right? But did you run them by Aria, who's doing the music for them?
No, actually, I think we were right on the money. Actually, the more I hear them speak, they have such a consistent problem with their spaces. No, there's no way this is the real person. This has to be the nobody.
And Arya finished the backtrack.
I've moved on from that. I've got other questions. Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't
Okay, so Aria did finish the backtrack. That's what I want to know. Good.
wait to see your performance. Well, I'd better get a class. Bye.
Wait, but that's popping sounds. Normally you get popping sounds like that when someone uses a microphone without a filter.
That's
Text to
fair.
speech doesn't have that problem.
Bye, Michael.
That's fair.
Thank you so much for all the help. Alright, my next class is...
April Cash, please report to the principal's office.
Her last name's Cash.
What did I do
That's why she can afford the tuition fees.
wrong? Hi, I'm here to see...
In here, April.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
What is up with this person? If they've got their headset up their nose, that is obviously where the nose should be.
It looks like they're high.
So, April, I heard you and Aria are going to be doing a group performance together.
And as the principal, I took personal interest in that, even though it's the first project of a new school year, and no one cares about it.
Oh my god, were we not allowed to?
I actually love how you are doing that. I've been working here for 5 years, and that's never happened before.
I don't believe you. There is no way that someone has not thought to collab with someone. I don't care if it's the first project or not. That's like the first instinct for a lot of people. No way.
Dude, now that you said that, I'm listening to everyone, and now I'm really paranoid to see who isn't real.
Look, it was one person. I think it was one of the male characters.
Well, I know, but it's now that I'm listening to her.
Well, you can check the description of this video if you want to see the description of the other video where all the voice actors are. Also, apparently the register order is incredibly out of order. Actually, Mia Summer and April Cash should not be together on any sort of alphabetical scheme.
And when they do something that stands out, we put a sticker next to them.
And we also call them into the principal's office because this happens so infrequently. The principal can take personal responsibility every single time it does.
When you graduate,
there's someone named
stickers are
Gray.
going to...
If they're going to use original songs, it doesn't matter. They can existing songs and disguise them as originals in universe. That's what like every other gacha musical does. But
show us who stands out from everybody else, so we know who's actually going to make it far in their career, unlike the others. So I just wanted to tell you that for when you graduate.
That's also not a guarantee anyway. But because you can't really control the outside world, and also you're putting a gold star policy. No wonder this person hasn't gone to doesn't know how audition stuff works. They clearly are in like primary school.
No, they're sitting there in Mrs. Puff's boat in school. No, not my good noodle star.
Thank you, ma'am.
Head to class now. Can't wait to see your performance.
Bye. Thank you.
The principal's that
I'm
bored.
sure
Yeah.
her singing voice will be enough in this school. Let's hope this goes well.
Okay, I'm gonna fail.
I mean, that is a valid concern because she got in on a technicality because one random person left. That was the only reason that scene existed.
I'm gonna fail. I'm so nervous.
Hey, calm.
I'm gonna say this is someone performing like up on stage right now because there's no way this is a non-diegetic track for the first time in this entire episode.
Down. Never tell a girl to calm down. That just makes me more nervous. Ugh.
I mean, I feel like telling anyone to calm down would have better feel or focus on girls specifically.
Okay, sorry. But honestly, we're gonna do amazing. Just act confident and use your nervousness into excitement.
You're right. We did amazing!
Why did you have the audio rise if you're going to immediately cut it off with claps?
Also, this is confirmed. The claps are on a different layer, and the audio is still going for the voice act, which means that they can, in fact, have 2 layers of audio, which means they have no excuse for anything else that we said before about the audio.
Thank you, Michael. Next up, we have a duet from April and Aria.
Wait, they're both singing? I thought I was just on music.
Here comes the freak show.
Okay, so I
Now
know that we
sounds a little
joked
familiar.
earlier. I know that we joked earlier about like alphabetic having comparisons or something like at the beginning of this video, but saying freak show now, like I know that coincidences
Pop.
exist. but I kind of think maybe this person has watched a couple of my videos in the past. Just a few, maybe.
Pop Josephine sitting here.
Oh my god, ew.
They look so weird. They'll probably do good.
Well, hey, at least one of the bullies has faith in them.
We got this.
What did I say as soon as Ghostie leaves, the song plays?
Hey, have you ever gone, and I guess I asked a similar thing before, but do you ever like watch what's gonna happen with the next like 4 hours in your life before time traveling to the past? Is that what happens?
No, because then I wouldn't get to do blind reactions. It'd be much less effort just watch the video. It also wouldn't take 4 hours.
No, I mean like 4 hours into the future.
Yeah. I guess the song, but I forgot its name. Oh, hold on a second. Do you see that? Her head was actually slightly bobbing. Like to the beat as well, but only just so subtly it doesn't dislocate. Yeah, you know, eat your heart, FAFSA. That's how you do a head movement.
I hate that.
What? Knew it.
As I thought, Arya's not singing. And of course, I know.
Is she popping and locking right now?
Something like that. Yeah, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
I will say I normally am very critical with like choosing songs with bass drops, like I said in the last FAFSA episode. But in this case, because it's been performed on stage, and one of the people working on this is a musician, it does actually work. And pretending for a second this was a song written in universe, there are a couple of half rhymes in here, which means that probably there was a bit of a struggle going on. But also you have like the whole metaphor with like the cold, everything. Dancing in the blizzard, and it does feel very much like the genre is supposed to actually be. I mean, of course it is, but again, it feels like a pretty wonderful first attempt from the character in universe. Again, assuming that that's takeaway. Yeah. Where are the forcing frames repeating with flashing lights? Okay, it doesn't take that much from FAFSA, just a little bit. Oh. And of course, because I was positive, immediately it ruins itself by not having a natural fade when it gets end of the Oh my goodness. Okay, so I haven't heard this song, but if I were to make a wild guess about how this song is structured.
What happened?
Give me a second. I would have said that the bass drop and the instrumental would have gone on for a bit longer. Maybe there'd be a couple more vocals or something, and there'd be a more natural break before the second verse kicks in. That is where a DJ in Ari's position would fade down the track so we don't have to hear that. She wouldn't cut it off abruptly before the instrumental has finished doing its thing.
Wait, what's that right about the song?
I don't think so.
Oh.
They didn't say anything about lights or fading, so yeah. Oh, apparently the song is just called Dance. Okay. Again, it feels like a first attempt in universe of a title at least.
Titles have to be the easiest part of like the creation.
Oh god,
process,
the mic disappeared.
Right? Not always. Not always.
She's our next target. She will go down and we will end her career.
It's a little bit on the nose, isn't it?
Yeah, and also that implies that she.
Evil Quad Z swearing to destroy her.
Yeah, but also that implies that no one else was this good in the talent show, or there's no other person after her that would be
She's the Tori
worthwhile.
Vega of the show. Oh, she's so talented and special, and not like other girls.
Yeah, except for the fact that Tori didn't get in technicality. She actually was good enough to be at Hollywood Arts the first time.
Yeah. This episode is boring. I missed part of it, but this episode is so boring to me because I had to walk away for a
That
moment.
was it. We had 2 seconds of an ending card, and that's the end of the video.
God, this video was trash.
Maybe you guys were right about the Ghostie curse. Maybe because notice how it ended as soon as Ghostie left. Maybe that was the mercy.
I mean, it didn't end as soon as you left, but we got the part that we got the
last scene.
Yeah, we got the last scene that was at least better than what we had beforehand, apart from maybe like the shorty bits, actually. The shorty scene.
I did love the puppy love
yeah, that's the thing. We had Alpha Academy, we had like Puppy Love / Running With You, and we also had Freak Show from the Mutant Girl. Like, that's 3 in a row. I mean, I know, again, like I said, I know there's coincidences out there, but hey, I forgot the name of the creator of this video. Belly Flop Girl. If you're in the in the audience right now and you happen to have seen my videos before, please let me know, because otherwise, random things in life, I suppose. We didn't see the character named Gravesville by nobody, apparently. Well, we thought we did. That's the whole text-to-speech thing we thought would come up, but actually, like it's debatable whether or not that was them or not. I mean, unless Gray was the dancer, it was the dancer that was the one that was supposedly, yeah. Why is it? Also, I'm looking at the description now. All of
they're all crossed out. Yeah, I was curious about
why?
that. I don't know.
Oh no! I just looked in the description. April was voiced by Belly Flop Girl, so the creator of the show voiced the main character, but unlike with Prism for Yumeka, that was actually the advantage of having the director voice the character was not taken in this instance. So yeah, I guess now's a good time to talk about this stuff. So I guess we mentioned the technicals, the voice acting. The voice acting was less than stellar for most people, except for Darcy. It feels like all people are reading from a script, including apparently the creator, which says to me that yes, first voice acted project, that does happen, but at the same time, also that. Also, I do wonder people like telling the difference when they hear their own work back and realizing, okay, this is what we're gonna. But again, it's all a learning curve. So I guess again, I'm hoping that it went on to improve in the future. As far as the editing goes, honestly, fairly decent in most places. It was a better start than what I managed to pull off, especially when it came to keyframing from that one sliding scene. The mouth syncing was actually done pretty well because it was timed according to when the characters actually did speak, and it was closed down when there was a pause in between the lines, rather than edit the pause in the audio, just edit out, just have a closed mouth. That takes more effort, but it ultimately was more rewarding. And what else on technicals? When we eventually did get some layered audio, it was nice to actually have for a bit. Just wish we had a little bit more of that. Again, stuff like footsteps, a soundtrack, anything of the sort. Probably more chatter that's going on in like school hallways or something along those lines. All that stuff would actually help out immensely, like it did to begin with, and you seem to be on the right tracks for, but then somehow just forgot about. But then, of course, we come to the story aspect, and this
episode was boring.
Yeah, it's going to be surprising to say this, but I don't think this was as bad as it could have been. I mean, I know that I'm not comparing it to, let's say, like the garbage fire that we've seen otherwise, but we got just to a super school. We actually did eventually get shown how it actually functions. There were a few flaws in like the audition process and stuff, which is probably down to lack of experience of the writer going into these kinds of things. But I mean, for a little bit of time, we actually did see some things that had some promise, like the actual musical number, the musical collaboration, the class about songwriting. It's just a lot of those things were cut short. I mean, even the shorty bit, the shorty scene actually doesn't go on for too long and wasn't actually really hinted at that Chloe was going to be like a huge character until she just randomly shows up and hijacks the episode for a little bit. And then, of course, the aspect of April getting on a technicality but somehow outshining everyone. How did that happen? Did she just mess up her audition? Which actually would be a reasonable explanation if that is what happened. But because we skipped the audition, we don't get that. And I'm guessing that's because Belly Flop Girl did not want to perform a song, even if it was deliberately bad, because that would have involved, getting out of a hypothetical comfort zone or something like that, and therefore skip the scene, implying that it was botched. But the thing is, it wasn't implied that the audition was botched until the very end. What was implied was that she just simply did not have the talent they were looking for until someone had to drop out. Now, maybe that was meant to be a surprise, but it's not much of a surprise when she's the main character of the series. We're all expecting her to go in that direction anyway. So it's not really a subversion of expectations if the audience is already expecting the subversion, if you know what I mean.
So, I don't know.
Silver Lining contains Darcy.
So Spanksa here, Sparand.
SPS Ranza. I just say Prism because that's Prism of Voice on a different account.
Oh, so Spanksa says that that it could have been just like an error to cross it out. I don't even know how to cross things out on YouTube. How is that an error?
Yeah, I don't think it's an error. Maybe. I mean, because that feels very intentional to do that.
Yeah, I don't even know how to do that. You have to be doing that on purpose.
I see. I thought
No, I thought. I mean, the story wasn't terrible. It's not the worst thing we've ever had on this channel, you know. The big issues really ended up being you needed to do some research because there's weird stuff going on with that college enrollment process.
Yeah.
Maybe you could have referenced FAFSA there, you know. The voice acting not amazing from anyone except for Darcy. Again, you know, ribbon hair is the best one for some reason. Animation's not terrible. It's better than, again, a lot of the things we've done here. Here's the thing. If we're comparing this relative to a lot of the other stuff we review, this is genuinely good.
Yeah.
If we are comparing it on its own to what it could be, it's not. It's underwhelming, but it's going in the right direction. It is a bit boring at times, but you know, at least there is an idea. You juggled a few different plot lines decently well for what I can only assume to be a beginner. The editing wasn't too terrible. You do need to figure out how your cuts work, though, a little bit better, but that's neither here nor there. You're only a couple milliseconds off. So, I mean, you know. I do question. So if Gray, and this is the other thing, right? We assumed that no one at the moment implies that it was a text-to-speech. Technically, it could not be a text-to-speech. It could be just throwing it out there that this is a character that exists that doesn't have a VA yet, which would add up because Well, because they even have a video to Audition in the description, so it's like that could also be a possibility. In which case, why? I don't do that. That's weird. What's even weirder, however,
I guess that does mean that they had a plan to introduce that character at some point, so put them in the intro, so they have to re-edit it, I suppose. Well, you want to re-edit it, but change the text, but oh well.
Well, I mean, the intro is fine. I just question why it's in the description.
Okay, yeah.
To
maybe to promote the video, even though it's like very buried down. So unless
it's super deep here, you'd have to be scrolling for a while. You have a lot of VA creds here. But speaking of credit, and I question this, if we take a little field trip down here to music used, you get Lili featuring Maya Fairman called Dance, I'm not going to go down and list all of these, you have a bunch of background music, and you may be wondering perhaps if maybe this came pre-installed with the editor, in which case, which editor? Well, good news, I have half an answer. This music was all in the app used to edit the episode. Bad news, I couldn't tell you which app.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, it is weird because the app is not credited, but everything else is.
Either that's a really weird slip of the mind, you thought you didn't have to for some reason credit the editing tool, or you're scared of doing the editing tool, in which case I wonder what you're hiding.
Oh hey, you'll be pleased to know that apparently Ghostie, if you're still watching this, Dual Academy episode 2 is in my recommended now.
Save that to your watch later.
Oh, and also apparently the next episode is called After Christmas, which means I guess we gotta watch that on.
Oh yeah,
then.
next episode is has some Christmas themed stuff in it for some reason.
Oh no, we can watch that on January 1st.
Which by the way,
I was gonna say December 26th, but yeah.
By the way, just saying, I find it weird that episode 2 touches on Christmas because normally when you go into like school's semesters, normally you start at September. Why are we jumping ahead to all the way to December? That's like a 4 months difference.
Presumably because nothing interesting happened.
How is nothing interesting happen for 4 months? Like that's a long time span.
Aiden, you just watched this episode. Do you think much interesting is gonna happen?
Okay. I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna bat for this for a second here.
Wait, you have a baseball bat? Can I use it to bash my head in?
So whenever you're signing up for college, right? Normally you sign up for a fall, right? You start your whole thing at fall. However, it is possible to sign up at winter in certain occasions. Because this is set to be a college, and I highly doubt this, I get the feeling I'm defending someone who doesn't need defending because the enrollment process was weird. But what that means is that they very well could have just done it as the winter semester.
But here's the thing: if you sign up during the winter for college, you don't start to like middle of January, or maybe
After
it's
Christmas.
like early.
That's
So,
that's considered winter still.
It's also considered after Christmas.
It is.
Like, I'm just saying though, for what it seems like we're starting in the middle, sometime either in September or near October. Like, we are nowhere near Christmas currently.
Well, we'll see how they deal with that next time. I just thought it was a curious thing. My opinion, pros.
They could also just do a time skip.
A few unique backgrounds, a few decent personalities. Cons, line delivery, volume, voice needs adjustments, slightly plain story. I actually give this 2 stars. You know what? That is fair. I mean, it's 2 gold stars.
Hold on. 2 out of what, though? 2 out of 5 or 2 out of 10?
I mean, either way, not ideal.
No, but I mean, 2 out of 5 is better than 2 out of 10,
Yeah. Watch it be 2 out of 3. Yeah. That's a good point. I forgot to mention the custom backgrounds again, and yes, the actual characterization. I mean, we said before that Chloe and Chloe kind of like carried that scene. that she was in, just based on like nothing else. I mean, April was not badly characterized. It was just we've seen her character as a protagonist so many times before that it doesn't stand out anymore. Again, we've seen Darcy as like a sidekick or something, and there's a lot of like hyperactive Disney supporting roles that you kind of get. But at the same time, you know, that thing is popular for a reason. I understand that completely. And Arya hasn't really had much time yet, so we'll give her a bit.
Okay, well, see, 2 out of 5 isn't that bad.
Yeah, which is kind of what we're saying. I guess that we don't normally like give like a grade or something, but yeah, I guess 2 out of 5 makes a lot of sense in this case.
Be generous, a 3 out of 5.
Okay, this is like when we talk about like the tier list or something.
Can we start doing a tier list for all the Gacha reviews?
I did actually think that like a good idea for like the end of year or something would be to do like some sort of like award show, and you know like sort of like the Oscars but for Gacha.
Please tell me worst Gacha is on the list. Because there's so many bad Gachas we've had, we have to have worst one as the top tier.
Oh yeah, well okay, but yeah, we can do a best and worst. It's like the Oscars mixed with the Razzies. That was one thing I had like I saw that I was planning or something. I didn't really like have a name for it really. But yeah,
I mean, Gimmies, Jimmies.
Maybe the margarines or something. The margarines.
Pomegranates.
My series won a margarine.
We can do the pomegranates because like we're kind of just stuck here in this constant cycle. We can never escape.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at here. Then again, we do put ourselves in that situation.
Well, okay. Well, maybe that's not a great example. I was about to say, well, I mean, okay, but can you blame Persephone because she ate it? Which, no, but at the same time, she also didn't necessarily hate it either.
She also didn't know what the pomegranates were going to do at the start.
Well, we didn't. I don't think. We didn't know it'd be this extreme.
Well, no, neither did she, so no, you can't blame her. I've seen characters have stage fright since I myself have stage fright. I mean, it is a relatable thing to happen, and like I said before, the analogy to Austin and Ali, I guess, is kind of similar. But then again, obviously, the point there was that Austin did not have stage fright. Ali did. Ali had the songwriting talent. It was actually a very good, you know, collaborative relationship they had going on. Which I thought was what was sort of going on with April and Ari at first, but then I realized that April has to perform, so she has to get over it herself, so wouldn't have worked. But yeah, there's a lot of Disney show comparisons from the 2010s.
And Butterverse comparisons.
And Nickelodeon, yeah. The Butterverse meets Disney meets Nickelodeon. My goodness. See, no wonder this wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Pop Josephine meets Mickey Mouse. And the twist is it's actually just a really fruitful relationship.
No, I'm messing with Pop Josephine's gang.
Hey, that's my line. I've bought you.
It's Mickey Mouse's gang now. I purchased the gang last night. Coming soon, the live-action remake of The Mutant Girl. Isn't one of the definitions of insanity doing the same thing over and based on different results? That's kind of like Gacha review.
That's one of the definitions according to Einstein. Yes.
Yeah.
That's an Einstein quote that you're stealing. Not the Oxford Dictionary or anything, but like
yeah. Very occasionally, at least, we are surprised by the end results, but for the most part, yes, you're right. This is definitely one of the the least bad examples that we've had so far on here. Even if
when are we doing another Theatre Throwdown?
To leave. I don't actually know. I think next up we should do YouTuber Academy, since that got brought up.
I'm curious about this FNAF high school thing.
I get the impression that's not a gacha.
That feels like here. Sure, why not? FNAF High School. I'm sure there's gonna be a million. This is a stupid search.
That'd be an interesting combination. Not gonna lie, actually, now I think about it, because on one hand, I don't understand FNAF and you don't understand Spanish, so it would be a good combination.
I'm trying. Is it spelled the way you did? Is it meant to be HS? Because I did FNAF High School, and all I can find is something called FNAF Plush High School.
Okay.
FNAF HS.
Well, okay. It's written.
Hold on. I think I found it because
like
this is definitely not an English word. Hold on. FNAF HS Temporada 1.
Temporada 1. Yes, that means season 1.
Okay.
I guess you must have found the whole compilation.
I think I found a playlist. Oh, we could do a few of these episodes in one review. These are very short episodes.
Okay. All right then. That will go on the mental list as well, after YouTube Academy. For now, it is time to leave because actually my appetite was satiated before, but it no longer is. So I'm going to eat something. So please leave a like or dislike because your opinion
musical's
matters.
ended.
As the countdown's already. Yes, the musical is over. This video is over now. Over now. All right. And until next time,